Oh, man. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to apologize. I did not remember when this game was going to happen. For some reason, I thought this game was going to kick off at 8:30. So I come down here to set up for a game that I thought was going to happen at 8:30. And when I turned the TV on, the Lions were at the goal line. So Packers won the coin toss. They elected to defer. Lions got the ball to start off the game. And they go down the field on their opening drive and score a touchdown. 7-0 advantage early on here for the Detroit Lions. Green Bay now on the field. 1st and 10. Jordan Love out there with the offense. Opening drive for the Green Bay Packers. So yeah, I apologize for that. This is on me. I legitimately thought the game was starting at like 8:30. So I legitimately came down here like 8:20 to set up, and by the time I realized what was happening, oh, game's already started and the Lions are marching. 1st and 10 here for the Green Bay Packers. Huge game here. Play action here for Love. Love's got time to throw. Love. Oh, he gets sacked. He had time to throw, but the offensive line collapsed and he got dropped. 2nd down coming up here for the Packers. There was an opportunity there. There was time to throw, but eventually he was going to get smoked. It was Zadarius Smith on the sack right there. He got to Jordan Love. Jordan Love spent a bit too much time looking down the field, got caught lacking. 2nd and 17 already here for the Green Bay Packers. Love under center. He's going to drop back here. He's going to step up. Nothing's there. Jordan Love's going to utilize the wheels, take off, and pick up a good chunk of yardage. 3rd down coming up here for the Green Bay Packers on their opening drive of the game. Early 3rd down here. 3rd and long. We got a 3rd and 9 situation, in fact. You do not want to go 3 and out on the road in a hostile environment against a team that has had your number in recent history. You don't want to have to punt the football back. What are the Packers going to do? 3rd down and 9. Love in the shotgun here. He's going to take the snap looking towards his right. He's going to fire. Incomplete. But a flag is on the play. They're going to call pass interference. He was looking for Reed. Reed was dropped on the ground. Looks like they're going to call PI. This will be against the Lions defense. And this will pick up a 1st down for the Packers and move the chains. Yep, PI on the defense. Automatic 1st down here for the Packers. And they will keep this opening drive alive. So 1st and 10 here for the Green Bay Packers. Love hands the ball off to Josh Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to pick up maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up here for the Packers. This is expected to be a good game. We saw the Lions score early on. Now we're trying to see if the Packers can match that same type of energy. Second down coming up here for the Green Bay Packers. Love under center here on 2nd and 9. He takes a snap, quick throw here. No blockers there, but he's going to pick up a few yards. They wanted to make it 3rd and manageable. A 3-yard pickup by Wicks is going to lead to a third down here for the Green Bay Packers. Third and manageable. Most likely 3rd and 6. And they're going to go quickly here. 3rd down and 6 here for the Packers. They are going to go quickly here. They want to keep the tempo up. Let's see if they can convert here. 3rd and 6 right at their own 49-yard line. 7 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Love gonna take this in the shotgun here on 3rd and 6. Here we go. He takes the snap. Deep drop back. Looking, firing towards the left. Incomplete. He was looking for Wicks. They could not connect. 4th down here at midfield. And the Packers are going to have to punt the football. What's going on, Simple? Appreciate you stopping by. 4th and 6 here. Gonna have to punt the football. The protection was decent. Love couldn't really step into it because the pressure was coming at the last second. Throws that off his back foot and just misses Wicks coming across the field downfield. So the Lions defense holds up. The Packers are forced to punt. And Detroit are going to be inside their own 10-yard line for their second drive here. Jared Goff in the offense had a good drive here on the opening drive. They scored a touchdown. They have an early 7-0 lead. Can they come out here, go on a long offensive drive, and add to their lead? You think we can beat the Eagles? The possibility is there to beat the Eagles. I mean, the game was close when you were in Philadelphia. The game was close. It wasn't until the 4th quarter. If the Commanders' offense would have, if they would have been able to execute earlier when they had the opportunities, they would have been able to win that game. But the thing about Philadelphia is Philadelphia doesn't make a lot of mistakes defensively. So if you don't take advantage of those opportunities early on, it's going to cost you. We saw it with the Commanders. Commanders had plenty of opportunities, especially in the 4th quarter when it was that close. They just couldn't capitalize on it. Eventually, Saquon is going to break free. No matter how great of a job you do on Saquon, eventually, Saquon's going to break free. And it's the same thing that happened with the Ravens. They had opportunities. You were up 9-0. If you take advantage of those opportunities, you're in a different situation. But the Ravens did not take advantage of those opportunities. The Eagles played the same way all 4 quarters this year, and they waited and chipped down that defense until they made a mistake, and Saquon put the finishing touches on them. That's just how it goes. Lions doing a good job here, man. Defensively, holding up tall. Love what I'm seeing from them early on in the game. They're bringing the level of aggression. And, of course, the Lions' offense has been the best in the National Football League. It's also been the most consistent. Their running game is dangerous. The Sonic and Knuckles duo is dangerous. And when Goff is accurate with the football, you're just not going to beat this team. They don't hurt themselves. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Now, granted, I had some concerns about the Detroit Lions. And my main concern is health. They had a lot of guys banged up in that Bears game. And the reason the Bears were able to come back ultimately in the 4th quarter was due to a lot of those defensive injuries of guys just getting knocked out of the game. Now, from what I've seen, none of those injuries are anything major, long-term, or severe, at least for most of them. So they're still relatively fine. It's just guys were banged up and knocked out of that game or just had to come out of the game for some time. But the injuries that started to pile up in that game ultimately led the Bears to potentially get an opportunity to steal that game. 1st and 10 here for the Lions. Goff gonna hand it off to Gibbs, and Gibbs maybe picks up a yard. 2nd down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. I really enjoyed the Lions this year. I enjoyed them last year. Thought they had a chance to make the Super Bowl, but I thought it was going to be a little bit of a long shot because I wasn't fully sure on what they were capable of. This year, I'm even more convinced they can make the Super Bowl than last year. However, I feel like if there's anything that could potentially harm their chances to make a Super Bowl run, it would be injuries because they got some injuries piling up. Hopefully, they can all come back and just stay healthy. 2nd down here, a toss to Gibbs. Gibbs Gonna pick up another potentially 3 yards here to make it 3rd and 5. Gibbs has been having a great year. Montgomery's been having a great year. I love what I'm seeing from that running back duo. The Lions have a clear identity in terms of what they want to do, and they run that identity to a T. And as long as you have a clear identity and you play your identity in a consistent aspect, you will be able to win at a consistent pace in the National Football League. Detroit looks good this year. You got a team like Green Bay that has a chance to potentially upset them, but I feel like with what Detroit's done this season, 3rd down and 5 here, Goff's got time, pressure's coming, Goff's going to get sacked, and the Green Bay defense holds up and forces the punt on Detroit. Which, yeah, I feel like with what we've seen for much of the season from the Lions, if they can just stay healthy, I think they can win it. But there's 2 teams I look at that can definitely upset the Lions. It's the Packers and the Eagles. Those are the 2 teams. Those teams are the only ones I think could potentially upset the Lions in the playoffs. Anybody else, it's a long shot. Not saying it can't happen. You know, Arizona is still an interesting team to me. Seattle's still an interesting team to me. But even the Commanders, you could try to throw that in if you want. But I just think Green Bay and Philadelphia are the 2 teams I'll sit back and say, yeah, they can absolutely upset the Detroit Lions in the playoffs. Not saying it will happen, but I could see it. So the Lions were forced to punt due to the sack on Goff. Packers get the ball here on their second drive. Look at all these injuries. Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, Alex Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes. Look, dude, they have 8 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. 7 guys on injury reserve right now. This is what I'm talking about. If there's anything that's going to hold the Lions back from a Super Bowl run, it's the injuries that are piling up for them. If they can stay healthy, I think they can win it all. But if those injuries start to pile up, Green Bay could upset them in the playoffs. Philadelphia could beat them in the postseason. 1st and 10 here. You've got Jordan Love here in the pistol. He's going to hand the ball off to Jacobs, and Jacobs picking up a good 5 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Packers. What's your plans for Sunday since Ravens and Redskins are on the bye week this week? Well, I mean, I said I was just going to probably... well, first of all, because of them being the bye week, I said I was going to do tonight, Thursday Night Football. It seemed like it was going to be a good game, Packers-Lions, which is why I'm here tonight. And secondly, I said I was going to do the Chargers and the Chiefs, Sunday Night Football. I'm not going to do a 1 o'clock game. There's nothing there. I'm not interested in trying to do an AFC North grudge match. I'll just do Sunday Night Football with the Chargers and the Chiefs. 2nd down and 5. Love fires. Caught. Ball is caught, but Reed is short 1 yard. 3rd down coming up here for the Packers. So yeah, I'm doing Thursday Night Football tonight against the between the Packers and the Lions, and then Sunday Night Football between the Chargers and the Chiefs. That's my plan for this week. Oh, they're going to rule it an incomplete pass. They're going to say Reed did not catch the football. It will remain 3rd down and 5 here for the Green Bay Packers. Taking a look at the replay, he lost the ball. He could not control. He initially caught it, but then the ball just rolled down and hit the ground. So incomplete. 3rd down and 5 here for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love in the shotgun. They're at the Lions' 47-yard line. They need to get to the 42-yard line to pick up the 1st down. 4:01 left to go here in the 1st quarter. Pressure looks like it's coming from that right side. Love's got to be careful. Pressure is coming. Love, he's got to take off. Love, incomplete. So much pressure on Jordan Love. It came from the right side of the offensive line. They sent a blitz. Jordan Love could not stop it. They swarmed him. The right side of the offensive line got swarmed. Hell, even from the middle, they brought in interior pressure. They brought in exterior pressure. They got to Goff. 3 defenders dropped him there. They're going to be aggressive. They're in Lions territory. It's 4th down and 5. Matt LaFleur is going to go for it here with Jordan Love in the offense. If I'm Dan Campbell, I'm putting up another blitz here on 4th and 5. I'm going to pressure Love and force him to make a quick throw here. You've got to send pressure once again. Let's see if he can respond to the pressure this time when we destroy your offensive line. 4th and 5. Here we go. He's not going to go for it. I'm surprised. He's not going to go for it. They're not going to take the risk. The pressure was coming again, and they're deciding to punt the football once again. The pressure was coming. The pressure was coming. There's a Lions fan that is grating cheese right now that they're showing on the television. He's got a whole wad of cheese. He's got a cheese grater, and he's just going back and forth. Oh my God, that should have been some sort of flag. That should have been roughing the passer. I didn't even get to see a look at the replay. Za'Darius Smith should have been called for roughing the passer on Jordan Love. No flag on the play on that third down play, and they instead settle for a punt here. So 4th and 10, they're going to punt the football right back to the Detroit Lions. Got to see if the defense can make a stop here once again. 3:57 left to go here in the first quarter. Packers with the punt. Once again, another great punt, and the Lions are going to start at their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. 3:50 left to go. No call here. Za'Darius Smith smacked Jordan Love square in the face. No call by the refs. Clear roughing the passer. No call by the refs. So we already see what the refs are on. The officials have been horrible all season, and it looks like they continue to be horrible. Nothing has changed. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Lions when we get back from commercial. So far, the Lions defense is sending the pressure. Seems like they're letting them play. That's not a situation where you let them play. If the defender hits you in the face, that's automatic penalty. That's not a let him play type of moment. If Za'Darius Smith would have hit him in the chest, fine, you let him play. It's a bit, he got dropped a bit too aggressively, but that's football. It's fine. But he damn near clotheslined him in the face. I don't care what area you're talking about. You clothesline the quarterback in the face, that's a penalty. So a penalty should have been called. And I know later on in the game, there's going to be a roughing the passer call on the Packers defense because somebody's going to try that same thing with Goff. The refs are going to see and they're going to call it that time. I would like consistent play. I would like consistent consistent calls. I want consistent calls. So is it true, unless Steelers collapse, Ravens will likely either miss the playoffs or come in as a wild card? The Ravens have a 96% chance of making the playoffs. They have a lot of tiebreakers. They have a tiebreaker against the Chargers and the Broncos. And even if they don't have a tiebreaker against them, they have a tiebreaker against the Chargers, the Broncos, the Bengals, anybody in the wild card round. The Ravens have the tiebreaker. So all they need to do is win maybe 1 or 2 games, and they'll be in the playoffs. So if the Ravens go 0-4 coming out of their bye week, and they finish the season 8-9, that's on them. But if they're 9-8 or 10-7, if they're 9-8, they might make the playoffs. If they're 10-7, they're gonna make the playoffs. 10-7 is good enough to make the playoffs. They have a 96% chance. Meaning, if they win 1 of their games, they're most likely in the playoffs. If they win 2 of their games, they're getting in the playoffs. Is JD5 getting Rookie of the Year? Bo Nix has completely changed everything around. I still think Jayden Daniels has the lead, though it may be slight. He has a slight lead. But you look at the numbers between Bo Nix and you look at the numbers between Jayden Daniels, the numbers are very similar. The records are very similar. Both are leading an 8-5 team that's in the wild card round. We'll see how things go. But if Jayden Daniels takes the Commanders to the playoffs and Bo Nix takes the Broncos to the playoffs and the numbers are very similar, you're going to have a tight race. I think because Jayden Daniels has been the leading candidate for much of the year, he may end up getting it. But Bo Nix has made this a race. 1st and 10 here. Quick throw to Williams. Williams going to pick up about 6. 2nd down coming up here for the Lions. Bo Nix better than Jayden. I'm sorry, but Bo is playing out of his mind. Jayden's been playing out of his mind for much of the year. And until the last few weeks, everyone's been saying Jayden Daniels better than everybody else in this draft. So I think Jayden playing out of his mind early on in the season, Bo Nix playing out of his mind in recent years, I would probably say they're about the same. Their numbers are very similar. They've had good moments, they've had bad moments. They're both rookies. I would say it's about the same. 2nd down here, play action. Goff rolling to his right. He's just got to get rid of it. Pressure came quickly. 3rd down and 4 coming up here for the for the Detroit Lions. Green Bay's pressure got to Goff. He had to scramble out of the pocket, throw it out of bounds, and make sure he got it past the line of scrimmage so he wouldn't be called on intentional grounding because no receiver was in the vicinity. But yeah, I mean, Bo Nix and Jayden Daniels have been going bad for bad. He's been great. Jayden's been great. Jayden's coming off of a 4-touchdown game. It's been a back and forth affair. I think it's been very close. 3rd down and 4. They're going to run the football here, and they're going to get it. 1st down. He was at the line. It's going to be close, but he was at the line. They're going to give him forward progress. 1st down, Lions. The Packers came very close to making the stop. But Gibbs was able to pick up the 1st down barely. He got past the line of scrimmage. They're going to They're going to give him forward progress. Oh, wait. It's close. Nope, there it is. The second push just before they got him down. He got past. He got to the line. So 1st and 10 here for the Detroit Lions. Is he going to challenge this? Matt LaFleur is going to challenge this. Why? Who's your pick for Coach of the Year? Dan Campbell's in the mix because of... So, Matt LaFleur is going to call a challenge here. I thought Gibbs on the second attempt, the first attempt he was short. But then the second attempt, before he got down, it looked like he got to the line. I don't know. They'll check it. Dan Campbell's in the mix. You know what? Let me see. Let me see. Mike Tomlin. I don't know if they're gonna give it to Mike Tomlin, depending on how the record goes. Because again, they were in the playoffs last year with a winning record with Kenny Pickett as the quarterback. I don't know if they're gonna give Mike Tomlin the record. Just because you are a Steelers fan does not mean they're gonna reward Mike Tomlin if they finish with 12 wins this year, even if it's 30. Like again, you were in the playoffs last year. Same with the Lions too. So I don't know. I would say Dan Campbell's in the mix, but I don't know if he's gonna get it. You know what? I think I have my pick. Because I wanted to try to throw in Mike Macdonald because of what he's doing. But I think I have my pick. Kevin O'Connell is the Coach of the Year. If you were to tell anybody that the Minnesota Vikings had an opportunity to not only win the division but potentially get the 1 seed in the NFC with Sam Darnold as the quarterback, no one would believe you. Dan Campbell's having a great year, and this is the best year in franchise history for the Lions, record-wise. Fantastic. Dan Quinn has turned everything around in Washington. Fantastic. But not a soul can admit that you thought the Vikings would not only be competing for the division, but also competing for the 1 seed with Sam Darnold as the quarterback. No, it's got to be O'Connell. No, but everyone saw J.J. McCarthy go down and officially declared the season over. Everybody saw J.J. McCarthy go down, and everybody said the season's over before it started. They promoted Sam Darnold as the starting quarterback. Not a soul thought they were going to win 6+ games. Not a soul thought they'd win more than 6 games. And yet Kevin O'Connell has that team in range to potentially get the 1 seed in the NFC. Not saying they're going to, but he has them in range. Yeah, so McFleur, McFleur, I don't even know why he did. I don't know why Matt LaFleur decided to go for it on the first one, yeah, but the second push, he got it. So that's just a waste of it. Dan Quinn would definitely be a huge candidate, and I would like to see Dan Quinn get his props because look what he's done with the Commanders. But again, if you're sitting there and telling me that anybody thought the Vikings would win 6+ games, no. I don't think anyone would have had Pittsburgh first in the North, 14 wins in. Hell, people were saying they were the worst in the division. They won the playoffs last year. Tomlin deserves to be in it, but to pick him over Kevin McConnell, no. I'm not saying Tomlin's not in it, but y'all were in the playoffs last year with Kenny Pickett. People assumed whether it was Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, everyone first assumed you would get a winning record, and then they assumed you might be in the playoffs. No, I don't think anyone expected you to be number 1 in the AFC North 14 weeks in. I think everyone expected Baltimore to do that, which is why everyone's saying Baltimore's underperforming. So Tomlin gets credit. But they're not going to give it to Tomlin over Aiden O'Connell, who has Sam Darnold as his quarterback, and they're competing for the 1 seed. No. And nobody thought Pittsburgh was the worst in the division. Everybody said despite them making the playoffs, it was still Cleveland. Nobody was saying Pittsburgh was the worst team in the division. It was still Cleveland. Because they had Deshaun Watson. Nobody picked Cleveland. Oh my God, what a tackle on 3rd and 5. Wooden just dropped Montgomery. Fourth down here. Sorry, not Montgomery. Gibbs. Fourth down here. Lions get out the punt. Darnold has always had the talent, just needed an actual offensive guru to develop him. He also developed under Shanahan, but Darnold was never trash. He just needed a good situation. Yeah, many of us felt that's a fair statement. He had his issues, but many feel that was a fair statement. But again, coming into the year, nobody saw this with the Vikings. Coming into the year, nobody saw this with the Vikings. Jim Harbaugh is another good candidate for Coach of the Year. Look at that Chargers defense. They're winning games despite the fact that Justin Herbert is not putting up top-tier numbers. Justin Herbert's not putting up the magical numbers we expect from Justin Herbert. And they're winning football games. He's got the running game going. He's got the defense going. Jim Harbaugh is a great candidate. But I think O'Connell's going to win it because he has his team firmly in the playoff race, firmly in the race for the NFC North against the Lions and the Packers, and an opportunity to get the number 1 seed in the NFC with Sam Darnold as his quarterback. All those factors play into why I could see him winning Coach of the Year. Because he's doing all this with Sam Darnold. And nobody expected that team to win 6+ wins. The Chargers, that's a fair one. I don't know if anyone expected the Chargers to still be in the playoff race. But I don't know. If you had to tell me who would have had a better record at the end of the year, the Vikings or the Chargers coming into this year, we would have picked the Chargers. Saw what happened against the Ravens and Bengals in terms of how they were defensively. Yeah, I mean, those are 2 high-octane offenses. I'm not saying they've been perfect every year. Dude, the Chargers still have given up the least amount of points this season. Dan Quinn deserves his credit too, and I think he's a high candidate. But I don't think he's going to get it over Aiden O'Connell because, again, he has this team. This is where I would sit back and say the Commanders had their opportunity. But you lost 3 straight games. You were 7-2, close to the divisional. You were 7-2, close to getting the NFC East against the Eagles, and then you lost 3 straight games. That's going to hurt his case. Even if they make the playoffs, if Aiden O'Connell and that Vikings team wins 12+ games, I can't see them giving it over Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn should be in consideration. But again, when you lost 3 straight games, an opportunity to prove yourself, you lose against Pittsburgh, you lose against Philadelphia, and then you lose at home against the Cowboys, that's going to hurt your Coach of the Year case. It is. It's absolutely going to hurt their case. 2nd down and 3, but they're not going to snap the ball. We have reached the end of the first quarter here, ladies and gentlemen. 1 quarter down in this game. The Lions with a 7-0 advantage after 1. Packers with the ball looking to tie the game up. We'll see what happens in the 2nd quarter. Special teams sold the game so hard. Yeah, they did. But people will say that's part of coaching. Again, when you lose 3 straight, when you're 7-2 and you lose 3 straight games, it's tough for people to give you the Coach of the Year. It is. You had a chance to prove to somebody because, again, people are going to look at the wins the Commanders have had. What top-tier team have they beaten? What team over 500? How many teams over 500 have they beaten? The only team that really stands out that they've beaten over 500 was the Bears. And the Bears have collapsed since that loss against the Commanders. So they take a look at who you've played, who you've beaten, and who you've lost to. That's going to affect it. Somehow, Aiden O'Connell's had that Vikings team winning games they shouldn't have won. They beat Green Bay. You can see it. You can see the player's body language. He's a soft coach. He doesn't move people. Tomlin moves his players, and they listen. Well, this is what it is with John. Nothing we can do about that. I'm going to probably make that video soon because I had a couple tweets. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I can read the tweets. I had a couple tweets earlier today in regards to the Ravens because at the end of the day, I don't need to hear anything about Coach John Harbaugh anymore. Again, at this point, I'm challenging the players. You guys are the ones that are out on the field. I want to go see you perform. So I tweeted out 4 things today. I'm just going to read my tweets. Over the last decade, we have asked 2 questions. What does leadership in Baltimore look like post-Ray Lewis? And is it strong enough to take us to the promised land? We've yet to get an answer to these questions. I believe the answer lies with how the 2024 Ravens end their season. The 2012 Ravens had their own set of drama and weren't seen as legitimate Super Bowl contenders heading into the playoffs. Despite that, our leaders rallied the troops together and they were able to go on a Super Bowl run. The 2024 Ravens now have the opportunity to do the same. Strong leadership won this franchise 2 championships. Now we call on this era of the Ravens to do the same. What type of leaders do we have in that locker room? Are they capable of rallying a team come January? The decade-long questions we've had will be answered this season. They have the talent to win it all. They could beat any team in the National Football League on any given Sunday. It all comes down to our leaders. If this season ends with the first-round exit, then it will speak loudly about who Lamar, Roquan, and the rest of our stars are from a leadership perspective. So at this stage, I'm not listening to John Harbaugh coaching talk. John Harbaugh's not the reason we won the Super Bowl in 2012. It was our leaders that rallied the team. When Ray Lewis suffers a season-ending injury and then comes back at the end of the season, tells the troops this is the general's last ride, they rallied behind him, and that's the catalyst that led to the Super Bowl championship. I'm not here to listen to coaching. 2nd and 3. Love got it out to Watson. Oh, he fumbled the ball! He fumbled the ball! Lions recover! Oh my God. How do you make that type of play? Watson, wide open, takes it down. He gets into Lions territory and then just fumbles the ball. They're going to look at the replay here to see when the ball came out. But if he's down by contact before the ball came out, he's fine. What is he doing? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That ball came out before. Nope, that ball came out before. That ball came out before. Slow it down. Slow it down on the replay. Before the elbow went down, the ball, yep, easy fumble. Watson, what are you doing? 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 Do you think the Falcons will bench Kirk Cousins and start Michael Penix Jr.? No, I don't think they're going to start Penix. I don't. I do not believe they're going to. They're not out of the playoff race. Play action here for Goff. Fires across the middle. It is caught. Sam Laporta picks up the first down. I don't think they're gonna start Penix. I just don't. They're still in the playoff race. They're still in the playoff race. If they were out of the playoff race, if they were in another division and out of the playoff race, by all means, they could potentially bench Kirk Cousins. But they're still in the playoff race. They're not going to bench him. I think our play will overcome coaching. It's going to have to. That's the only way they're going to win a title. So I'm not hearing anything about John Harbaugh moving forward. I could care less. It's time for your leaders to step up and rally that locker room. And I'll make a video about it too. 1st and 10 here. Montgomery. Look at the run by Montgomery. Picking up 6 here. 2nd down coming up here. Oh, look at this. Now Green Bay is just doing even more dumb things. McKinney might get called for a unnecessary. No, he's going to get called for a personal foul here after the play for no reason. Unnecessary roughness, which is going to be a 15-yard penalty for no reason. Moron. I'm so sick and tired of these players always costing their teams because they want to fight and get back. Dude, let it go. Why are you actively trying to hurt your team? Y'all fighting so much, you don't got to push back. You don't got to push back. And look at the flop by the offensive lineman. Look at the flop by the offensive lineman. You know damn well Skipper did not just lose his feet against him. Look at the flop. Y'all cannot continue to do this. Y'all need to control yourself. It's just hurting your team for no reason. That WTF, then what was the point? What was the point of Atlanta drafting MPJ over a defensive player? Well, they still see him as their future. Goff looking for the end zone, overthrows everybody, pressure was in his face. He had to get rid of the ball. 2nd down and 10 coming up here for the Lions. He's supposed to be their future. Kirk Cousins is their presence. Penix is their future. You think they brought Kirk Cousins here and gave him a massive contract to not play him? Do you know how these franchise operates? If they pay you that type of money, they're going to play you. That's just how it is. Doesn't matter if they drafted a rookie. They're not putting the rookie in over starting a guy they just paid like $100+ million to. They're not doing it. Then they give him $160 million. They're not benching Kirk Cousins. They gave him that contract. They expect him to play. Gibbs is going to get stopped right there. 3rd down and long coming up here. Did you see what Azeez Al-Shaair posted? Yeah. What was it, the Joker thing? Yeah, I saw that. I don't think we need great leadership. We're gonna need some. Oh, I don't think we need great leadership. We're gonna need some Lamar if we're not playing well. No, buddy. They're not gonna saying we don't need great leadership. How many teams can you sit back and say that have won the Super Bowl without some form of great leadership? Even the teams that lucked into it. The Giants won 2 Super Bowls off of their defensive leadership. It wasn't because Eli just got lucky. It wasn't just Eli got lucky twice. They still needed to make stops. Do you know how difficult it was to stop the 07 Patriots offense? Do you know what that defense was doing with Strahan and the crew? Do you know what they were doing in 2011 with Justin Tuck? Their defensive leaders rallied the team. How do you think they went into Green Bay and beat Brett Favre in 2007 and then beat the 15-1 Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers? Leadership matters. It can't just be like, oh, we just need Lamar. If your mindset is we're going to need some Lamar if we're not playing well, if that's your answer, you're not going to the Super Bowl. If it's just Lamar save us, go be Superman, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. If your answer is Lamar save us, I need Lamar to be Superman that time, you're not going to win. Because last time I checked, there are other guys that can match up to what Lamar is capable of. You think if you're sitting there thinking Lamar go save us against Patrick Mahomes, that's going to be enough? No. You need leadership. You need your leadership to show up and rally this team together. That's how you've won 2 championships. The defensive leaders rallying this team is what got it done. Now, this time you've got defense and the offensive leaders in 2000. 2012, mostly the defensive leaders, obviously, because you had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Terrell Suggs and the whole crew. But you're going to need your star players to showcase their leadership skills and rally this team. If they can't rally these guys, they're not going to win because our teammates are soft. Whenever Lamar, our teammates are, then we're just a first-round exit. We're a first-round exit then. So let's not waste our time. If they're soft and they're not going to listen, we're not going to win. The answer is not Lamar, go be Superman every single game. It's not going to win you a title. We tried that for years. Why do you think we haven't won anything? You need the team to play like a team. You need your leaders to rally these guys. If they're so damn soft, Marlon Humphrey talked about it. If guys don't want to play, they can sit themselves on the bench. Marcus Williams crying about whatever, he's on the bench right now. If you don't want to man up to try to go win a title, you don't need to be playing in the game. I will rather go bring someone from the practice squad that's going to go out there and give everything they have over somebody that's going to cry over some tough leadership skills. No. If your answer is our team or this team is soft, and if Lamar yells at them, they're gonna start backing off, and it's gonna be problematic, then why are we talking about this team? They have no chance to win. First round exit. Let's call it here. If leadership is not gonna showcase itself because these guys are too soft to take criticism, we can end the season right now. We don't even need to go to January. The Kansas City Chiefs were a mid-team in the regular season last year, but leadership held them together, allowed them to go into Buffalo and beat the Bills, allowed them to come to Baltimore and beat the Ravens, allowed them to beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Your leaders rallying these guys together. You saw it in the Super Bowl between Travis Kelce and Andy Reid. Leadership matters. So if you're telling me we can't be tough on these guys, we can't be critical, and our leaders can't go at these guys to motivate them, then we've lost all hope. At this point, we don't even need to make the playoffs. Because this team don't deserve it. If they're going to be soft, don't bother showing up to the postseason. You can't rely on Lamar being Superman and assume they're going to get to the Super Bowl. When does that happen? He's been Superman every time we tried it. He had 500 yards against the Titans game. What did that get you? 12 points in the playoff game. Leadership matters here. If they're not willing to step up, they can sit on the bench. And if we have a group of soft individuals here, don't bother showing up come postseason. You'll be an easy pickings for any team. I believe the Packers offense will get it going just a matter of time. Well, they were getting it going. Until Watson fumbled the ball, they just got into Lions territory, and then Watson fumbled the ball. Right now, the Packers are making mistakes. They're getting beaten. Their offensive line is getting smoked right now. The Lions' front seven is just cooking the Packers' offensive line. Love is not getting enough time to throw the football, and then when he is, guys either aren't open, dropping passes, or you get a situation like Watson, who is wide open, taking it down the sideline, tries to hurdle a man, and then fumbles the ball. So the Packers right now need to get out of their own head. They need to get engaged. They're down 10-0 now. It could have been a 7-7 game, but Watson wanted to sit here and fumble the ball. Ball security, man. What are you doing? Get out of bounds. Why are you trying to hurdle a dude? 1st and 10. They're going to hand it to Jacobs here. Jacobs up the guts, going to pick up about 4. Second down coming up here for the Green Bay Packers. So again, the aspect of saying you don't think this team needs great leadership, I disagree. This team couldn't win 2 rings. They didn't win 2 rings without that great leadership. They didn't. Leadership is what got them to championships. We've been asking for a decade. What does our leadership look like in Baltimore post Ray Lewis? And is it good enough to take us to the promised land? We haven't had an answer to that yet. Jacobs breaking free. Jacobs getting inside Lions territory, being dropped inside the 50, taking it inside Lions territory. First down, Packers. So again, we've been questioning this for the last decade. What does the leadership in Baltimore look like post Ray Lewis, and is it good enough to take us to the promised land? We haven't gotten those answers in its entirety yet. This year, you have a chance to answer the call. Because this year is no different than 2012 when we had all this drama, and it's no different than 2000 when we had all this drama. They went 7 games without scoring an offensive touchdown. And then in 2012, they went 1-4 in December and January. No. Leadership is what held them together. Leadership is what rallied the troops. Leadership is going to have to do that again. You need leadership to be able to go on a run. And if our star players can't deliver that, or we have a team that can't wake up to leadership, then we don't even need to show up in January. Because that's a first-round exit team, if I do say so myself. If they're so soft, they don't want to listen to criticism and step their game up, they can go home. We don't need them here. Simple as that. The idea that Lamar just has to go be Superman for 4 straight games is not possible. It's not possible and expect to win. It's not going to happen. Second down and 3 here. They're going to hand the ball off once again. Ooh. Oh, they nearly tried to strip it. But he got that second push and his feet weren't down. He picks up the first down. Packers going to move the chains. If Saquon Barkley breaks the record for most rushing yards of the season, should he be crowned MVP automatically? Automatically. I said this last year. If Christian McCaffrey would have broken the single season record for total scrimmage yards in the season, I would say give him the MVP automatically. That's the only way I think a running back is going to get it. So Saquon breaks the single season rushing record. I don't care what Lamar's stats are. I don't care what record the Bills have and what Josh Allen has done. You hand Saquon Barkley the MVP. You literally hand Saquon Barkley the MVP. That's the only thing. You see how Ronnie is, bro gets mad. He really asks Lamar, why are you so hard on us? That stupid question. He asks Lamar, should you tell the type of players we have? Okay, then if we don't got dogs, then let's not go to the playoffs. So we can get embarrassed? If they don't want to take criticism, let's not go to the playoffs. They're not going to win anything. If you can't take criticism from your leaders, who can you take criticism for? If you can't take criticism from your leader, you're not going to take criticism from anyone. If you don't want to step your game up in the biggest moments, why are you out on the field? If we've got a bunch of soft puppies in Baltimore, don't bother showing up for January. We don't want to see you in the playoffs because you're just going to embarrass yourself. If that's truly the case, they're going to do nothing. We can stop talking about this team. There's nothing to talk about here. We don't need coaching this, adjustment that. If you don't have the guys that can rally together, I don't care I don't care if you fix the offensive line. I don't care if you ask Todd Monken to improve the coaching. I don't care what you do. If you've got a group of guys that can't handle criticism and can't rally together because of their leadership, they're not going to win it's not going to happen. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're not going to win in the postseason. So we don't even need to bother with talking about this team anymore if that's the real case in Baltimore. We can end it here. I can stop talking about them right now. 4 games left to go. We don't need to speak on the Ravens anymore if that's the case. Second and 3. They're going to hand it to Jacobs. Jacobs picks up the first down. First down, Packers. They're running the ball a lot more this drive compared to the other previous drives. How many yards away is Saquon from the record? Well, let me see. Eric Dickerson has the single season rushing record at 2,105 yards. Saquon Barkley currently has 1,499. She's close to 1,500. So he needs a good, 606 yards? Yeah, he needs like 606 rushing yards. How many games do they have left? The Eagles, let me see. Let me see. The Eagles have, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs 605 yards in 5 games. And depending on how this goes, you better hope they don't bench him in week 18. If somehow, holding on the Packers, if somehow the Eagles get the number 1 seed, you better hope they don't bench Saquon. So he needs 606 yards in 5 games. He's got the Panthers on Sunday. He's going to run all over that Panthers defense. Steelers, not so much. Commanders, he will. Cowboys, Commanders, they may zone in, but I think with the Commanders, Eagles, and Giants to finish the season off, with the way Saquon ran all over the Giants defense, I think Saquon's going to break the single-season rushing record. If he breaks the single-season rushing record and he doesn't win the MVP, don't talk about him. Don't talk about running backs in the MVP conversation anymore. It's a quarterback award. If he breaks the single-season rushing record and doesn't get it, don't talk about MVP anymore. Just say it's the quarterback award. Nice catch there on 1st and 20. Getting it to Kraft. He picks up, 14? So yeah, if Saquon breaks the single-season rushing record, hand him the MVP trophy right now. I don't care what Lamar does. I don't care what Allen does. You hand Saquon the MVP trophy. But if he doesn't break it, that trophy's going to Josh Allen. 606 yards away. He breaks a single-season rushing record. He absolutely deserves the MVP, and nobody can deny it. I don't care what those fans in Buffalo say. He breaks Eric Dickerson's record. He's the MVP. 2nd down here. 2 play fakes. Pressure's coming. Jordan Love's just going to take off. Jordan Love's got the edge. Jordan Love picks up the 1st down. Packers moving the chains. To be honest, I see the MVP as a quarterback award and offensive player as a skill position award. If that's the case, can they officially declare that? Because I'm tired of people talking about MVP race and they bring up defensive players, they'll bring up running backs, but then they don't get the award, they give it to a quarterback. Josh Allen right now is leading the MVP race because of the impact he's had in these games. He doesn't have the best of stats, but it's similar. The way Lamar Jackson won his MVP last year is the same way we're watching Josh Allen lead this MVP. It's not always about stats. Performance on the biggest stage. We watched this guy just dismantle. Even though he didn't have the best of stats, he just dismantled the 49ers. Him beating Mahomes. The only loss the Chiefs have suffered was the biggest stock that man could do to his MVP campaign. And right now, he's leading the MVP race because of that. Another flag on the play. I don't care what Josh Allen and the Bills' record finishes off. I don't care what their record is right now and how it ends in the season. If Saquon Barkley, and I don't even care about Lamar's stats, if Saquon Barkley breaks Eric Dickerson's rushing record and you don't give him the MVP, you need to rename this trophy. It becomes the quarterback, most valuable quarterback. It's not MVP, it's MVQ, most valuable quarterback. Illegal hands on the defense, that's going to be a 1st down for the Packers. I'm telling you this right now. I don't care what anybody's got to say. If Saquon Barkley breaks Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record, he's MVP. I don't care about Josh Allen, I don't care about Lamar Jackson. If they don't give Saquon Barkley the MVP after breaking the single-season rushing record, rename the award to MVQ. Because what would a running back have to do at this point to win MVP? Josh Allen doesn't have the prettiest of numbers, but there's other factors that give him the lead in the race. Lamar has the numbers, but he suffered significant losses in certain games. At the end of the day, if Saquon breaks that single-season rushing record, hand him the trophy immediately. If he doesn't get it, do not talk to me about MVP. It's MVQ. I don't care what any other player is doing next year. I don't care if a defensive player finishes the season with 20 sacks. He's not winning the MVP because it goes to the quarterback. So if Saquon breaks that rushing record, he's automatic MVP. If you don't give him the MVP, rename the award to MVQ. Simple as that. I would love for Allen to win. I would love for him to win so Bills fans can stop crying about it. I don't know. Cooper Kupp was very close to breaking the receiving record and didn't win it. You have to break it. Nuke. The only way you're going to get it is you have to break it. Christian McCaffrey came somewhat close to breaking the single-season scrimmage yards record by a running back. You cannot come close to it. You have to break it to get MVP. You have to break it. You can't come close to it. You have to break it. Play fake. Wide. Love. You missed a wide open receiving for the touchdown. Who are you throwing to? You did the perfect play fake. Kraft is wide open. Who are you throwing to? He's wide open. You overthrew him. What are you doing? Who was he throwing that ball to? What in God's name was that? How do you overthrow a wide open receiver? He's 5 yards away from you. No, it wasn't a pick. He just threw it out of bounds. 3rd down and goal. You better make it up for this one, man. Steps up, fires. Incomplete. Pass interference on Watson. Doesn't matter. The pick's coming back. They already threw the flag. It's coming back. Pass interference. Doesn't matter. Pass interference. It wasn't an interception on the 2nd and goal play. It was not an interception on the 2nd and goal play. He just threw it out of bounds. He overthrew his receiver on 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. Pass interference happened. Ball got tipped and got picked off. It's going to be pass interference. They threw the flag immediately. That's pass interference. To be fair, Josh Allen should have won MVP in 2020. I made an argument he should have won it over Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers had the #1 seed in the NFC, and he had the best record there, and his numbers were comparable to Josh Allen. So because he had the #1 seed, and because his numbers were comparable, they gave it to Aaron Rodgers. But I felt 2020, Josh Allen he had a really good case to win it. He had a really good case, and they didn't give it to him. They just gave it to Aaron Rodgers. I wasn't mad at it because, again, A-Rod had similar numbers to Josh Allen and had the #1 seed in the NFC the same year Tom Brady was in that conference. Meanwhile, in the AFC, Kansas City had the #1 seed. So because he didn't get the #1 seed and Rodgers did, and their numbers were similar, they gave it to A-Rod. And I wasn't mad at it, but I thought that was Josh Allen's best chance to win MVP because he wasn't turning the ball over like that, and he had great numbers that year. Here we go. 1st and goal. Jacobs up the middle. Touchdown, Packers. They close the gap. Josh Jacobs with the touchdown. Couple of penalties happening during this drive. 12 plays, 70 yards, 7.5 minutes taken off the clock, and the Packers finally get on the board. 5:35 left to go in the 1st half. Jayden Daniels not winning MVP. Not this year. Better look for next year. Hope he improves from year 1 to year 2. Has that explosive year. You know he's not winning MVP. Just stick to Rookie of the Year. Just stick to Rookie of the Year. Stop trying to aim high when you know he doesn't have a shot. Just stick to Rookie of the Year. He's not winning MVP. Just stick to Rookie of the Year. He's not even in the competition right now. Just stick to Rookie of the Year. If you can run the table, he's still not winning MVP. You can run the table, he's still not winning MVP. You can run the table, he's still not winning MVP. You can run the table, he's still not winning MVP. He's not. He's not going to win it. They're not giving it over Josh Allen. They're not giving it to him over Saquon. He's not winning it. He's not even in the conversation right now. Have you seen anybody talk about Jayden Daniels' MVP talks in the last few weeks? He lost 3 straight games. He had 3 tests, which again is not his fault. The Commanders had 3 tests against the Steelers. They lost. Against Philadelphia. They lost. Against Dallas. They lost. It's over. The race is over. Rookie of the Year is still there. He's not winning no MVP. Get it out of your brain. He's not even in the conversation anymore. We saw if when Bo Nix wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, I mean, it could happen. Bo Nix has made an epic race, but Jayden Daniels is still in the lead. Also, Jayden Daniels was Rookie of the Week this year. Not this year. He was Rookie of the Week, I believe. He was Rookie of the Week from Week 13. He had 4 total touchdowns against the Titans and just dominated. So he was voted Rookie of the Week. Josh Jacobs, Barkley, the King, hell, even Joe Mixon, the showcasing running backs are still valuable in today's league with their new teams. Yeah. What was your reaction to the Bears-Lions game? As soon as you ended the stream, the game got interesting. Yeah, as soon as I ended the stream, the Lions just started suffering injury after injury to their defense, and the Bears took advantage of that by starting to put up points. It's interesting how the Bears got better offensively as the Lions kept losing defensive players. But my reaction, Eberflus should be fired immediately. He didn't need to go in the locker room to address the team. He didn't need to go on the plane and fly back to Chicago. They should have fired him on the spot. The owner, if he was there, or the GM, should have went up to him and said, buddy, don't even go address the team. You should be fired right there. You should be fired right there. But they waited, gave him a couple days. The funny thing about it is they let Eberflus talk to the press, to the media. I think it was he had like a 12 o'clock press conference. They let him talk to the media. Not long after his press conference, they fired him. That was hilarious. It's a good thing the Packers do get the ball coming out of halftime. Eberflus might be on a spectrum. Gotta love what you're seeing from the Lions. Jared Goff is such an interesting case, man. I'm really going to be interested in seeing how Jared Goff's career is going to pan out. I don't know if this guy is ever going to win a Super Bowl. He's been to one, couldn't win that one. He's been to an NFC title game now, so he's been to 2 championship games in a Super Bowl. He might get to his 3rd championship game this year. I wonder how Goff's career is going to look, because nobody talks about Jared Goff when we talk about some of the top-tier quarterbacks. You talk about Mahomes, you talk about Lamar, Allen, Burrow, all these other guys, Herbert, even to an extent. They get the praise for some of the things they do. Obviously, Mahomes having the whole package. Lamar with his talent, his elite play on the field, his personal accomplishment. Josh Allen with his monster numbers. Joe Burrow with his performances in the playoffs and being able to beat Mahomes. Like, they all have things they talk about. No one speaks on Jared Goff. I think he's like this forgotten soul. Because the Rams chose to abandon him after the Super Bowl aspects. And they sent him to Detroit to die, and he didn't die, but instead revived the franchise. I feel like he should get more, credit, and they should talk more about him, but they just don't. Like, I don't see people talking about Jared Goff as one of the top, upper tier quarterbacks in the league. What he's done over the last 2 years with this Detroit Lions squad has to be recognized. And maybe you don't see him as an elite quarterback, you don't put him with the Big Four, but I don't think he's that far off from the Big Four. I don't. What this guy has done. Now, again, he's got a lot of talent surrounding him. I get it. But you still got to deliver and play at a high level, and he's done that. It's just weird how Goff is not talked about more, despite the fact that he's been playing at an elite level. Goff over the middle. Nice throw. 1st down. Inside Packers territory. But it's just so weird. I really do think about that. Like, Goff has played at a top-tier level these last 2 years. He's played an elite level, but no one puts him up there with the elite. And I get not putting him with the Big Four. I understand it, but he should be close. A screen here to Montgomery. 2nd down. I saw the amount of wins the last 5 Bears head coach have, and so does surprising Nagy. I think he was top 2, but that defense was carrying a couple years. That's true. Let me go get something real quick. Excuse me, guys. Third down and 5. Goff fires. Caught. 1st down. Sorry, I had to get my water. All of a sudden, I started to choke up a little bit. 1st down here. Stop it. He has a super squad. Give Lamar to the squad and see what happens. I just said it's fine if you don't want to put him in the Big Four, but I feel he's not that far off. And that's cool they got a super squad. We always play the if games. We don't know how these games would go even if you had the top tier guys. You can have all the talent in the world and still find a way to lose. I watched the 2013 Broncos dominate that year and then get smoked in the Super Bowl. You just never know what's going to happen. Just adding this superstar player to the team doesn't guarantee championships. That's not how it always works. The 2007 Patriots added Randy Moss, and everyone thought they would have won the Super Bowl. They would have had the perfect season. Guess what? They lost to the Giants. The Giants of all teams. You're not guaranteed to just win because you immediately put an elite player with elite weapons. You'll put up crazy numbers. Tom Brady put up crazy numbers with Randy Moss, but he never won with Moss. Think about that. The one time Brady got that top-tier superstar receiver, they didn't win together. It's not always guaranteed. Everyone thought Brady, Moss equals automatic title. But what do you get? 18-1. So, again, saying you can add this guy or add that guy to that super squad and see what happens. Yeah, I mean, you put them together, they'll probably put up crazy numbers, but it doesn't guarantee you win a championship or anything like that. You'll just have crazy numbers be put up. 1st and 10. Gibbs picks up about 3 yards. Second down coming up here for the Lions. 1:53 left to go. Packers have 2 timeouts. They would love to make a stop, force a field goal here, and go from there. 1:53 left to go. We have the 2-minute warning. Packers defense has to make a stop here. They have to make a stop, force a field goal, and give Jordan Love an opportunity to try to go put up a touchdown or at least get a field goal and put some points up before halftime. He's not far off. Have you seen Lamar, Joe, Pat, or Josh? He's nowhere skilled or talented as them. They can carry a team besides Burrow. Like I said, he doesn't have to be in the Big Four, but you realize there are other great quarterbacks in the league. I didn't say he's part of the Big Four, but am I supposed to just assume there's no other great quarterbacks in the league? There's a gap for sure, but I don't think it's this huge gap to the point where Jared Goff is just chopped liver and these guys are just, filet mignon? No, I don't think that's the case. With the way Jared Goff has played over the last 2 years, he's played at a high level. Go look at the numbers. Go look at the performances. And yes, he has top-tier talent. So does Joe Burrow. And he's put up monster numbers this year. It's not equating to wins. I feel like we're not giving credit because we look at the Big Four, we look at the talent they have, and we don't give credit to these other guys below them. I'm not saying he's part of the Big Four or should be there. I'm saying we need to give more credit to a guy like this. He's not even talked about within the top 10 aspect. People don't talk about Jared Goff at all. We hear stuff about Herbert. People put Dak in the conversation left and right. People made arguments for Jalen Hurts. Nobody talks about Jared Goff. He's not part of the Big Four. We know he's not on that level. But I don't think he's as far off as y'all trying to make it. Y'all making it seem like these guys are just the elite of the elite and Jared Goff is barely passable as a starter. That's not true. That's not true. Is it possible Steelers win either against the Browns or Eagles and win Week 16 in Baltimore, where that win in Baltimore I mean, if they beat the Ravens in Baltimore, they win the division. If they beat the Ravens in Baltimore, they're gonna win the division. We don't Cincinnati's already out of it. Cleveland's been out of it. If they sweep the Ravens, they're gonna win the division. They win these next 2 weeks, they've locked up the division. Because Baltimore won't win in the tiebreaker. They won't. Because right now they are what? Let me see. Steelers are 9-3. The Steelers are 9-3. So they're 9-3. Ravens are 8-5. Let's say the Ravens beat the Giants coming out of the bye week. Steelers beat the Browns and then play the Steelers. If the Steelers get to 12 wins and one of those wins is against Baltimore, they automatically win the division. Second and 7, great run here, first down. They were literally just saying he's MVP over Lamar. That was Stephen A. Smith that said that. And immediately everybody looked at him like he was on crack. I don't think Stephen A. Smith is a perfect representation of how the public overall views him. I don't know if that would be the strongest one. Shannon Sharp came out and said it's Lamar. Stephen A. Smith actively said it was Jared Goff. And then 1 week later, he shut his mouth because Goff threw 5 picks. The consensus around Goff, nobody was saying he was MVP. No one listens to Stephen A. Smith in this discourse. Look at this run. They are dropped at the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. And saying they were just saying that, they said that was actually 5-6 weeks ago? And that was against Stephen A. Smith. I don't think anyone actually took that seriously. because most people don't take what Stephen A. Smith says seriously. There's maybe two other people I could think that might have said something about a potential MVP campaign, but they didn't put him over Lamar. You would have to look at maybe Dan Orlovsky, who may have said Goff deserves to be in the conversation. And then maybe RG3 had him on the list early on in the season. But again, it's early on in the season. And hell, Sam Darnold was in the MVP race the first month of the season. I don't know if that holds up. Second and goal here. Oh, the Packers are just doing everything they can possibly. Oh, look at that. Touchdown. Goff takes it himself. Breaks through the pylon. Oh, wait, they're going to say he's short. They're going to say, oh, no. One's saying touchdown. The other was saying short. Now someone's overruled it. Touchdown, Lions, 17-7. So now, if you are the Packers, you've got to go score here. 10 plays, 70 yards, 4:44 taken off the clock. If you're the Packers with 51 seconds left in the timeout, oh, they said he's short. See, one guy said he was short. The other guy said touchdown. Now a third official came in and said Jared Goff was short of the line of scrimmage. It will be third down. He's short. He's half a yard short. He is half a yard short. Why is Jordan Love so conservative? He's being conservative today because he's not trying to, I don't know, he's not trying to throw picks. When Jordan Love likes to get aggressive and active, he becomes Brett Favre. I don't think he's trying to turn the ball over in this game. I mean, Green Bay, if you make a stop, he'll be fourth down, and the clock will still tick. .51 seconds left to go here in the first half. Third down and goal. Can the Packers defense make another stop? I will die on the hill that Herbert is better than Burrow. If you gave Herbert Burrow's weapons, he'd put up way better numbers. And then someone immediately responds, in no way, even in the alternate universe, is Herbert better than Burrow. It's not even close. Arguments and debates will happen through and through. When you have a great quarterback playing with great weapons, there's going to be questions. Burrow having Chase and Higgins is always going to bring up some of those questions about how great he is because he's not having to carry offensively. And then this year, when he's trying to carry offensively, the team's 4-8. So they'll sit back and say, well, Justin Herbert knows what it feels like to have weapons try to carry an offense and your defense sells you. Now Joe Burrow gets a taste of it. It's different when the defense shows up, but when you don't have a defense, guess what? This is life. So I feel like arguments can be made. I think it's debatable, but I still think Burrow would be considered better. Oh, Packers defense shows up and makes the stop on third and goal. Fourth down and goal. What do you do if you're Dan Campbell? Are you willing to go for it here? Dan Campbell does not look like he's going to flinch. They may go for it on fourth down. They're going to let this clock run down, though. But it looks like they may go for it on fourth and goal. Herbert has the better arm talent. The things he would do with Chase, I mean, those deep balls would be crazy. Well, it's not like Burrow and Chase haven't been able to connect downfield. They've done it throughout their careers. And we can't forget, we've seen Herbert with Allen and with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. So, yeah, they're going to run this clock down to 15 seconds. Dan Campbell's going to call timeout. He's got to make a decision. Does he want to kick the field goal here, or does he want to try to be aggressive, go for it on fourth down, and try to get the touchdown? He might be aggressive here. C.J. Stroud became a check-down machine this season. I'm not going to lie. Losing Nico Collins highly affected. Losing Nico Collins for much of the year affected them. And now Stephon Diggs being out for the season also affected them. And Tank Dell, coming off the injury, doesn't look as great as he looked in his rookie year. Their offense took a huge hit due to these injuries to their weapons, and it's affected C.J. Stroud. Also, he's having somewhat of a sophomore slump. It's bound to happen. When teams have a year of footage on you, they look at your strengths, they look at your weaknesses, what you're good at, what you're bad at, and they create game plans for how they're going to target you. So he's dealing with that right now, and he's just working through it, which is why he's having, a hard time in some of these games. But he's still doing well enough for them to win. Fourth and goal. Goff fires. Caught. Touchdown to Gibbs getting open. The Lions go for it on fourth down. Dan Campbell being aggressive. Packers defense could make a stop there, and a touchdown is scored, and you're going into halftime down 10. Burrow will be a glorified Sam Darnold without with Herbert's weapons. You can make the argument, but again, I would disagree with that. I'm not going to disrespect Burrow like that. I'm not going to disrespect Burrow and say he'd be a glorified Sam Darnold with Herbert weapons. I am not going to disrespect him like that. Well, I mean, Sam Darnold prior to this year, I guess. Would you rather get pitched by a lobster, or fight? You've asked me would I rather go through one painful thing or another painful thing, and I've said nah. I'd rather do neither. Bengals are 4-8 because of Zach Taylor, Evan McPherson, and their horrible defense. Yeah, just like Justin Herbert had seasons where they finished under 500 because they had an incompetent head coach and they couldn't kick the ball and their defense stinks. Everyone remembers Staley. The Chargers were under 500 and missed the playoffs because Brandon Staley was the coach. They didn't have a kicker to save their lives, and the defense sold every time. I mean, CJ's O-line is so bad. So his O-line has been poor. His O-line's been poor. The receivers have been hurt. The offense has taken a hit throughout the season. There's been moments where CJ's been awful with the ball, where he's thrown dumb picks. So there's been moments where he has thrown terrible interceptions. And that comes to the aspect of, well, that's a sophomore slump. But again, the offensive line hasn't been great. The weapons have been hurt. You lose Stephon Diggs for the year. You lose Nico Collins for half the year. Tank Dell comes back and he's not that guy the same way he was in his rookie year. And even when he's trying to become that guy, he's your only main weapon when Nico Collins is out and there's no Stephon Diggs. So their offense have taken a huge hit, and that's going to affect how they play. 11 seconds left as I get ready to head on out due to halftime. Jordan Love, 3 of 7, 31 yards passing. Josh Jacobs, 9 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Watson had 1 carry for 21 yards and then fumbled the football. What do you do with that? 11 seconds left, down by 10. It's a good thing the Packers have the ball coming out of halftime. You take a knee and you go into halftime. You come out, score a touchdown, and make it a 3-point game, and you put yourself in a position to get back in this game. So, Jordan Love takes a knee after a very poor first half by the Packers offense and a very eventful first half by the Lions offense. The Lions head into halftime with a 17-7 lead. The Packers do get the ball coming out of halftime. We will have to wait and see what they do. 3 completions in the first half. The fewest completions in the first half in a Packers game since 2013. That's crazy. Packers going to have to go in the locker room and recollect themselves, man. They got to come out firing on offense to try to tie this up. If they let this become a blowout, they're in trouble. Yes, I have watched Invincible. Great show. We have Chiefs, Eagles, and Ravens in 10 days. That's insane. We have Giants, Steelers, and Texans in 10 days. So, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I'm going to see you in the second half. We will see. We will see what happens with this Packers offense. Can they get themselves going? I'm coming out of halftime. We'll just have to wait and see. Either way, I will see you guys in the second half. All right, second half football here. 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Down by 10. How did they come out of the locker room here? They're going to hand the ball to Josh Jacobs, who immediately took a shot. Gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. What a hit. 2nd down coming up here for the Green Bay Packers. What a shot right there on 1st down. Simple handoff. The safety just came in and rocked him. Just dropped Josh Jacobs. Wow. What a way to come out of the locker room if you're the Detroit Lions. Just coming out here and just hitting Josh Jacobs like that. What a play. 2nd down and 11. A loss of 1. Empty backfield here now for Jordan Love. Pressure looks like it's coming again. We'll see. Yep, pressure's coming. They're sending 6. Love, deep drop back. Taking a shot down the field. He has a man open. It's caught. Watson gets dropped inside the 15-yard line. Watson makes the catch. Huge play. 1st down, Packers. He takes a shot to Watson, who beats Davis one-on-one in coverage. Just beats him cleanly. Left open. Separation. Catches the ball. Gets dropped inside the 15. Green Bay coming out aggressive. Taking a shot down the field. And it pays off for them. Here we go. 1st and 10 inside the 15. They're getting aggressive. Here we go. Love. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff. Fires one-on-one to Watson. Watson cannot hold on to the football. 2nd down coming up here for the Packers. Oh, Lord, I'm going to need more water. Starting to heat up here. Going to need more water. 2nd down and 10 here for the Green Bay Packers. Love going to take this under center. May look to try to hand this off to Jacobs, or he might be initiating play action. Let's see. Here we go. Play action. Love. Looking. Floats the ball. Incomplete. He was looking for Watson once again. This time looking for him at the left side of the field. Could not connect. 3rd down and 10 here for the Green Bay Packers. Coming out of the locker room, you got to get points out of this. You don't want to force the ball, but you got to find a way to pick up a 1st down if you can. 7 is better than 3. 7 is better than 3 in this situation here. 3rd down and 10. Love in the shotgun. He's got Brooks right next to him. He's going to need the protection. Let's see what happens here. Are they going to dial it up? They're going to send 4. No, they're sending 5. Here comes pressure. Love fires across the field. Caught! Kraft! Touchdown! Green Bay! What a throw and what a catch. The Packers come out of the locker room aggressive. Tucker Kraft gets the catch. Touchdown. Coming out aggressive and making this a game. 17-13. Will the Wizards ever win again this season? Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Let me see the Wizards' record this year. As long as Jordan Poole is still on that team, I have no belief they're actually going to be, I don't know, respectable. Extra point is up, and it is good. 17-14 game. Coming out of the locker room. Wizards are 2-17. Just put an end to it all. Who'd they lose to today? They got blown out. 137-101 to the Mavericks. Blown out, beat by double digits, blown out, beat by double digits, well, blown out, beat by double digits, beat by double digits, blown out, beat by double digits, beat by double. The last time they've won a game, let me see, the last time the Wizards won a game. Jesus, all these blowouts. The last time the Wizards won a game was October 30th. It is December 5th. They play games every 2 to 3 games. So the last time they won was the day before Halloween. The last time the Wizards won a game was the day before Halloween. We are at December. Oh my God. Listen, as long as Jordan Poole's on this team, I can't take him seriously. What did they do tonight? What did they do tonight as they got the crap kicked out of them? Let's see. Luka 21, Kyrie 25, PJ Washington 10, Klay Thompson 11, Quentin Grimes 14, Spencer Dinwiddie 12, Daniel Gafford 16. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players in double digits, and you wonder why you lost. Jordan Poole with 11 points. I forgot Kyle Kuzma isn't even playing. Alex Sarr, 11 points. Jordan Poole, 11 points. Just Brogdon, 16. Bagley, 16. Carrington, 15. Just stop. Just stop. There's nothing here. It doesn't even matter. This is the sad part about the NBA. It doesn't matter if you're the worst team in the NBA. You could still end up not getting the #1 overall draft pick. There's no saving the Wizards. Okay, you had the John Wall and Bradley Beal era. It ended with you not getting out of the second round. Enjoy the next 20 plus years of irrelevancy. Maybe you get blessed with a star player that may try to bring and attract other stars to this team. But the Wizards, I fear they're not going to do anything significant in my lifetime. And I've accepted it at this point. It is what it is. Ooh, Technoball. Those are the graphics for them. That game is so old. Packers coming out here, putting the pressure on the Lions with a huge response coming out of the locker room. They came out and said, we're going to be aggressive. They came out aggressive. And that aggression showcased itself here. Scoring a touchdown. They decided to air it out. And they got themselves going. Beautiful throw by Jordan Love on that third down play. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, yeah, I should probably look to read what this is about. I'll read this later. First down and 10 here for the Detroit Lions. Here we go. They're going to hand it off to Gibbs. The Packers defense is there. And there's going to be a flag on the play. This is going to be offensive holding on the Lions. Not how you want to start off this drive. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down. I've always said an offensive hold should be more than enough for a football team. There should be more than enough for a defense to be able to capitalize on. If an offense gets called for holding on first down, you should be able to make a stop on 3 downs. If it's 1st and 20, you should be able to make a stop. I've always said this about defense. And if you're not able to make a stop, that speaks on your defense. 5-yard pickup here. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Detroit Lions. If you're the Packers, you want to be able to set the tone defensively by coming out here and making this stop. You make a stop here, you get the ball back to this Packers team, you might have a chance to take the lead here. 2nd down and 14 here. Goff takes a snap, looking towards his right. Quick throw. He got picked off! Goff threw it right to the defender. He's picked. He's got some space. Takes it inside the 20. Oh my God. What is Goff doing? He threw it right to the defender. Nixon was right there and Goff threw the pick right to him. What is Jared Goff doing? He threw it right to him. Let me take a look at this. Goff. I think the defender just read it. The defender just read it and stole it. Oh my, he tried to look the defense off. Nixon was not having it. He read it so easily. Interception here. And the Packers are going to take over inside the red zone. with a chance to take the lead in this game for the first time tonight. Coming out of the locker room. What a moment here for the Packers. 1st and 10 inside the 16-yard line. Goff, what was that? They're going to hand the ball to Jacobs. Jacobs is going to try to get past the defender. He's going to be dropped after a 2-yard gain. Branch looks hurt. Branch looks hurt. Branch is down right now, and he's fine. Okay, he's going to get back up. I think he was just dealing with a little bit of pain. But I don't know what that was from Goff. Goff was trying to look off. He was trying to bait the defenders with his eyes because he already knew he was going to go for the underneath throw. He was going to go for the little slant throw on 2nd down just to pick up a few yards. So he was looking for that, but Nix read what he was doing and Nixon just picked it, man. Nixon just picked it. 2nd and 8 here. Love fires it. Caught. And a reach by Wicks. Is he going to be short or are they going to give him the first down? They're going to give him the first down. The reach just before he got out of bounds is good enough to pick up the first down. First down, Green Bay. It's going to be 1st and goal. Here we go. Love hands it to Jacobs. Jacobs breaks inside the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown. The Packers take the lead. Josh Jacobs gets into the end zone. And Green Bay takes their first lead of the game. 20-17. Extra point coming up. Wow. 3 plays, 16 yards, a minute taken off the clock. And Green Bay's got their first lead of the game. Goff with a terrible interception. Josh Jacobs makes Goff pay by getting in the end zone and taking the lead away from the Lions. So now Jared Goff's got to go out there and he's got to respond. Kick is up and it is good. And just like that, the Packers coming out of the locker room, 14 points in the span of 4 minutes. 14 points in the span of 4 minutes. The terrible pick by Goff leads to the beautiful touchdown by Jacobs. And just like that, Green Bay has stunned the Detroit Lions by regaining the lead. All in under 4 minutes. We'll see what Detroit does, now being down by 4. Okay, Lions are choking. I mean, yeah, I guess coming out the locker room, defense, you see Davis get beat badly by Watson on the deep ball. And then on 3rd and 10, you allow Jordan Love to have enough time to fire that ball into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Then you come out there, you get a holding call on 1st down. 2 plays later, Goff throws a bad interception, and now Jacobs just runs into the end zone. And just like that, you're down by 4. So we will see what happens. Can Goff, come out here and regain the lead offensively? That was a bad one. That was a bad one by Goff. I will not lie to you. That was a bad one. I'm trying to fix this thing here. I'm trying to fix this. Hopefully this doesn't affect what I'm trying to do. Boy, does Jacobs now have 1,000 rushing yards? I don't know. Did he pass 1K yards with that last run? He might have 1,000 rushing yards. The Lions might be a disappointment because of all these injuries. I've already said it. I said it. Well, I wasn't on stream when I said it, but I was saying it watching the fourth quarter of. I was watching the fourth quarter of that Bears Lions game, and I was sitting there saying, if there's anything that's going to hold this team back from winning a championship, it's going to be the injuries that are piling up for the Lions. I don't know if they can overcome those injuries. That's going to be a huge question come playoff time because Green Bay is one of the two teams I believe can upset the Lions in the playoffs, and we're watching it happen right now. First and 10, play fake here, Goff. Checks it down to Gibbs. Gibbs gets dropped right there. He picks up 5 yards. Second down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. The Packers are one of those two teams I believe has the capabilities of upsetting the Lions. Lions going to go quickly here. Goff under center now. 2nd and 5. Going to snap the ball quickly. Looking. Fire across the middle. It is caught. First down, Lions. They're going to go up tempo right now. Trying to catch the defense off guard after that interception. Trying to see if they can get something here. Are they going to say he's short? Are they going to say he's short or did he pick up the first down? Yep, he picked up the first down. 1st and 10 here for the Detroit Lions. A toss to Gibbs, and Gibbs picks up maybe 2. Second down coming up here for the Lions. You think this season's Wizards will likely be the worst NBA team since the 2015-16 76ers? Probably. I don't know how many. They're probably not going to win 10 games this year with the way they're going. 2-17, they're well on their way to only winning less than 10 games. 2nd and 8, fires across the middle. It is dropped. He was looking to get it to Laporta, and Laporta could not make the catch. 3rd down and 8 here for the Lions. You don't want to put the football back to a red-hot Green Bay that scored 14 unanswered points in the span of 4 minutes. This right now, this is where you need to step up offensively. Goff needs time, and he has to deliver that throw, and the receivers need to make the plays. So, what's the play call here, Detroit? Oh, wait. There is an official that is down. We've got we got an injury here. One of the officials is down right now in the game. We've got a lot of other reps and medical guys coming out there to check on the official. Seems like he's holding his knee. Hopefully he is okay, but it's one of those rarities where you see an official suffer an injury in the game. He got back up, so it seems like he's fine. He was holding his knee for a brief second, so I guess he took a shot somewhere or felt some soreness, but he's up. I don't know what it was, but he was on the ground for a second. But one of the officials went down. What happened here? Oh! One of the players just rammed into the official. He took a shot, I guess, to the arm or to the ribs, and then he just went down like that. Ooh, you know how it is when you run into the official, man. You run into the officials, yeah, they like to kick you out of games. I don't think he did it on purpose, so I don't think they're going to kick him out the game, but you know how it be sometimes. You do know how it be. So we're going to take a brief timeout here just to make sure the official's okay. But one of the players did run into him. What is this? Hey, just looking for something on Twitter for a second. Oh wow, this is crazy. Anyway, Detroit's dealing with a 3rd and 8 situation. They gotta make sure they pick this up. They gotta be sure to pick this up right now because the Packers are red hot. You don't want to have to get off the field. So the official that went down is good. He is walking off the field right now, and we're gonna get ourselves ready for a 3rd and 8 situation here. 3rd down and 8 for the Detroit Lions. You've got a red-hot Packers team that has found their groove in these last 2 drives, 14 unanswered points in under 4 minutes. You do not want to give the ball back to Green Bay. Empty backfield here for Goff. He's got to find somebody. It looks like they're going to send 6. Quick throw here. Can they get it? A tackle's going to be made. They're going to be about a yard short. If I'm Dan Campbell, I'm going to look to go for this. If I'm Dan Campbell, I'm going to look to go for this on 4th down here. Knowing his aggression, he's going to look to go for it on 4th down here. He's not even flinching. Offense is still out there. 4th down here, 4th and 1, you know what to do. What is this? Love mail from my old university. 4th and 1. Can the Packers defense stand tall? They're going to run a QB sneak, and Goff gets the 1st down. 1st down, Lions. They sense the urgency here. They cannot afford to punt the football back. They cannot afford to punt the football back. They must keep this drive alive and come away with some sort of points here. You cannot afford to punt the football back. They go for it on 4th down. They sneak it with Goff. Goff picks up the 1st down. And they're going to move into Green Bay territory. 1st down and goal here for the Detroit Lions right at midfield. Goff under center here. He takes the snap. Play fake here. Goff going to run the screen with Montgomery. Montgomery breaking through tackles and picking up a 1st down. Taking it inside the Green Bay 40-yard line. 1st down, Detroit. What is this? Huh? What is this? What is this? Dog, what is this? So, yeah, I remember it. Okay, okay. Well, damn, what a good day. Goff's gonna roll. He's gonna pick up. He should have picked up an extra yard for the 1st down. 2nd down here. Why didn't he pick up the 1st down? He had a defender there. Not defender. He had a blocker there. He could have just picked up, like, what, a yard or 2 more? Well, I'll be damned. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. This is beautiful. What a good day. I don't even know when I'm going to get an opportunity to do. You know, tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Saturday. Perfect day. I'll be damned. Huh. Thank you. I appreciate that. I could use the good day. Let me make sure I don't have my wallet with me. Put it by my phone. 2nd down and 1 because Goff decided to run out of bounds a yard short for no reason. Take the snap. Oh! Wow. Gibbs picks up a 1st down and more, but Goff took a shot. The defense got behind. They got through the offensive line, but they weren't able to get to Gibbs. However, Goff took a shot on that handoff. Wow. He's okay, but he took a shot on that handoff. And at the end of the day, Gibbs was able to break through, pick up a ton of yardage, and make it a 1st and goal situation here for the Detroit Lions. 1st and goal. 6.5 left to go. Detroit looking to regain the lead. Goff calls an audible. Goes from under center to the shotgun here. Here we go. Goff looking towards his left. He's going to fire. Back of the end zone. Throws it out of bounds. Did not like what he saw. 2nd and goal coming up here for the for the Detroit Lions. Green Bay's defense holds up on 1st down. If they can hold for 2nd and 3rd, I would not be surprised. Depending on where they are at, I can definitely see Dan Campbell going for it on fourth down. He's been like that since he became the head coach of this team. He's not afraid to go for it. Second and goal here for the Detroit Lions. Looking to regain the lead here. Can Green Bay's defense hold up? Can the Lions regain the lead? Gibbs in the backfield. Goff under center. He takes the snap. Hands it to Gibbs. Gibbs got space. Gibbs gonna pick up maybe a yard or two. Third down and goal. The Packers defense was able to get the tackle on him. Third and goal from the 4-yard line. If this defense can hold up, the Lions may kick a field goal. But knowing Dan Campbell, he might be willing to go for it. They've had 2 red zone drives this game, and both of them resulted in touchdowns. So I don't know. Third down and goal from the 4-yard line. Goff in the shotgun. We got a 3-receiver set on the left side here. Goff hands it off. He gives it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to be stopped. He picks up a yard. Fourth and goal. Here we go. Dan Campbell has not even flinched. He's going for this. Dan Campbell has not even flinched. They're not flinching. They're going for this. They're not flinching. They're going for this. 5:20 left to go. They're going for this. Fourth and goal at the 3-yard line. They're going to go for this. They're going to go for this. Goff. Taking the shotgun. Quick snap. Goff fires. Caught. Touchdown. Once again, on fourth and goal, the Lions go for it and they get a touchdown. That's why Dan Campbell is respected as a coach. He's got the guts. 13 plays, 70 yards, 6 minutes taken off the clock. They go quickly and they get the touchdown. Once again, Green Bay's caught lacking, not knowing what to do. Goff had 2 receivers open. He could have made whatever choice he wanted. 2 guys were open. Goff would get the touchdown no matter what. Patrick gets it. The Lions regain the lead. Extra point coming up here. 5:02 left to go in the game. Kick is up and kick is good. 24-21. We've got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got a game. Battle for the NFC North. Goff, once again on fourth down, delivers. Fourth and goal, delivers once again. The Lions continue to answer the calls. Even when they make mistakes, they are able to bounce back. That's what makes them a special team. Let's see what Green Bay can do coming back on the field with this drive. You left the field with the lead after putting up 14 unanswered points in the span of 4 minutes, and the Lions responded by getting the touchdown. Let's see what happens with Jordan Love in the offense when they get back on the field. Okay. Packers on the field offensively for their next drive. Packers getting ready to get on the field offensively for their next drive. We've got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a game here. No question, we got a game here. Woo! Gotta give credit here today, man. These guys came to play. There's my bag. Now I gotta see if I can pull up a charger. All right, Green Bay getting the ball here. Jordan Love and the offense come on the field once again. We got a battle, man. It's a battle. Back and forth affair here in Detroit. This is a fight for the NFC North crown, most likely. Not totally, because obviously the Vikings are still in it. But Green Bay winning this game would be huge. Green Bay winning this game would be huge for them. Would be huge. And Detroit winning this game could potentially put them in the position to win the division, no matter how you look at things. 1st and 10 for the Packers. Looking to pull off the upset on the road in Detroit. Love takes the snap. Hands it to Jacobs. It's a flea flicker. It's a flea flicker. It's a flea flicker. It didn't work. It didn't work. Incomplete. The Lions read it perfectly. Who's your Heisman pick? Travis Hunter or Ashton Jeanty? Jeanty has been a fantastic running back this year, man. He's put up a magical season. It's up there with some of the great running back seasons we've seen in college. I think he has a great opportunity to win, and I think he's going to have a great chance to take this Heisman because of the crazy numbers he put up this year. But I think they're going to give it to Travis Hunter because of what he's been able to do on both sides of the field. At the end of the day, he played well as a receiver. He played well as a corner. And they're going to appreciate that versatility. And that versatility is ultimately going to get him the trophy. That's just how I see it. 2nd and 10, they're going to run the ball here with Jacobs. They're going to pick up a yard, maybe 2, 3rd down. So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking Travis Hunter's going to get the edge over Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty absolutely deserves it with the amazing season he had, man. He was great. He was great. But I just think they're going to look at Travis Hunter and say the versatility, the ability to be able to play on both sides of the ball and make an impact both as a receiver and a corner, that versatility is what is ultimately going to be the aspect that gives Travis Hunter the Heisman Trophy. 3rd down and 8. They are sending 6. They're sending 6. They're going to call timeout. They're going to call timeout. They saw the change. They're going to call timeout. Flag's out there, but I think they got the timeout in time. They got the timeout in time. So, Jordan Love saw what Detroit was lined up in. They were going to send 6. He saw the pressure coming, knew the offensive line was not going to be set up for that. The protection wasn't there for him, and he had to call a timeout in this situation. That's one of those tough situations, man. You're on the road. You got to call a timeout in these situations. It's unfortunate, but it is one of those moments you've got to make sure you see what the Lions are going to run out there, and you've got to get yourself prepared with the extra protection. Here we go, 3rd down and 9. He has to be prepared because, again, they look like they're going to send 6. They look like they're going to send 6. Here we go. They're sending 6. Deep drop back. Love. The catch is completed by Watson, but the ball is short of the pylon. It is going to be 4th down here, and the Packers are going to have to punt. Great job defensively. They forced Jordan Love into a deep drop back. There was nobody open. The pass he had to force, again, could have easily been picked off. It was one of those dangerous moments. You got to put the football here. It was one of those moments, man. Deep drop back here, man. Deep drop back. Wow. And he got hit afterwards. But again, I think the hit was fine enough to the point where you wouldn't call roughing the passer in that situation. Here comes the punt. And the Lions will take it around the 21-yard line. Detroit offense coming back on the field. Is football scripted? Sure, man. Sure. I'm tired of people asking me these questions. Sure, football scripted. Anytime moving forward, anyone asks me about that, sure. I don't want to have to keep discussing the football scripted or not. Sure, football scripted, man. It's absolutely scripted. They script the injuries too. People tear their ACLs. They scripted that. Somebody nearly dies on the field. That was scripted too. Not be surprised if Detroit and the bike is gonna become the final Sunday Night Football game for the regular season. Oh, the Vikings. Is that their final? Let me see. Is that the last game of the season? Is that the last game of the season? Play action here. Goff takes the underneath to Montgomery, and Montgomery's going to pick up 3 yards. Damn, sassy. Bro, y'all have asked me about is football scripted, is sports scripted. Y'all have asked me about that 1,000 times over the 6+ years I've been on YouTube. You guys have either asked me if it's scripted or you've basically said it's scripted. Look at this, and that. I'm tired of, and even when I'm not getting asked it, people put this on social media all the time. At this point, I don't want to keep having the same discussion over and over again for years, guys. If you think it's scripted, by all means, take it. Please don't ask me these same questions. I've been dealing with them for 6 years. If you think it's scripted, by all means, cool. All right, I'm just here to watch a football game. I don't care if it's scripted or not. I really don't. Same questions y'all keep asking every year if this scripted. Why do y'all care if it's scripted or not? Who cares? Please tell me, what is this fascination with whether or not it's scripted? What, does that change anything in your life if it's scripted? Does it really change anything? Don't we watch this for entertainment? Does your life revolve around sports that if you find out it's scripted, your life is over? No. This is entertainment. This is entertainment, man. This is entertainment. 3rd and 6. Oh, he's short. He caught it. Patrick caught it, but he's short. So it's going to be 4th down here. And knowing Dan Campbell, he might try to go through it here as well. Even though they're at their own 30-yard line, he could go for this. It's 4th and, yep, he's got the offense out there still. Now, I'm going to see. I don't know if he's going to completely go for this. He might actually be looking to catch somebody offsides. So let's take a look. Let's see if anybody jumps. Let's see if anybody jumps. I don't think he's going to take it. Let's see if anybody jumps. Oh, he did snap it. Why would he snap it? Oh, my God. Why would he? I thought they were going to try to get somebody to jump. They're well short. And that is how you give the momentum back to the Green Bay Packers. But this is the thing with Dan Campbell. No matter what, he's willing to take the risk because he trusts these guys. Somebody's going to ask, why would you go for the 4th and 1 at your own 30-yard line? Why? Because Dan Campbell does this. It's why they got in the position they got in last year. It's why they got to the NFC title game. And it's also why they lost the NFC title game. Him being overly aggressive. This is who Dan Campbell is. They are not 11-1 without this aggressiveness. But you can also argue they're not going to win the Super Bowl because he will make decisions like this in certain situations that could cost them a championship. What's a realistic Super Bowl you see happening? Chiefs, Lions, or no, but Chiefs, Eagles. Chiefs, Eagles is a realistic Super Bowl I can see happening this year. Chiefs, Eagles. So now you give the momentum right back to the Green Bay Packers. They're at the Lions' 30-yard line. Here we go. Can the Packers take advantage of this? Jacobs picks up 3 yards. 2nd down. Maybe 4. Bills and Lions, that's realistic. Don't see it happening. Again, I just see Kansas City getting to the Super Bowl. I've seen nothing from the AFC that convinces me Kansas City's not going to go on another run. Like, what have you seen from the AFC that makes you think the Chiefs are not going to win it this year? Nothing from the AFC has convinced me of that. Nothing. It seems as predictable as you could possibly be. 2nd and 7 here, 53 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Play fake here. Love fires across the middle. He has an open man who almost dropped it. Oh, what a hit. Kraft took a hit and then jumped right back up. 1st and goal here for the Green Bay Packers. So, yeah, I just think it's going to be Kansas City. Now, it'll either be Chiefs-Lions or Chiefs-Eagles. I think that's going to be the aspect. But I don't see anybody in the AFC beating Kansas City in the postseason. This postseason is the most predictable postseason, I feel, out of any postseason in recent history. They're going to run one more play here before the end of the quarter. 1st and goal. Oh, no, they're going to wait till the end of the 3rd quarter. They're going to wait to the end of the third quarter. All right, they had the opportunity. They're going to wait to the end of the third quarter. So, 3 quarters down, 1 quarter left to go. It's first and goal for the Green Bay Packers with a chance to regain the lead. But yeah, my realistic Super Bowl I can see happening this year, Chiefs-Eagles, just a repeat of 2022. And again, nobody in the AFC has given me a reason as to why I should pick them over Kansas City. Nobody's giving me that. So I just see the Chiefs just going through it the way they did in previous years. Ah, boy. Our fantasy Super Bowl is Pittsburgh versus Philly. Of course it's your fantasy Super Bowl. You're a Steelers fan. Of course your team being in the Super Bowl would be a fantasy. And not to mention, putting Philly there, it would just be a battle of Pennsylvania sports. Pittsburgh versus Philly is a battle of Pennsylvania sports. Of course that's your fantasy. My fantasy is the Ravens and the Commanders in the Super Bowl. The Beltway Bowl in the Super Bowl. I'm so shocked you picked that. Not really. Man, this fourth quarter about to be nasty work. Let's see how this fourth quarter ends. Will this game be as great as the Ravens-Bengals game? We'll see. Will it be as great as the Ravens-Bengals game we got on Thursday Night Football? Because that was the best Thursday Night Football game we've had all season. I need more water. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The start of the fourth quarter. 15 minutes to determine a winner. Detroit up 3, but it's first and goal, Green Bay. Love under center on first and goal. Here we go. Play fake. Love. He's looking, he's firing, he's going to get it to Kraft. You pick up a few yards, but it's going to be second and goal here. Got to be smart with the ball here. 3 opportunities. The Green Bay Packers have scored 3 touchdowns in 3 red zone drives. So everybody has been efficient in the red zone today. Both teams have been efficient in the red zone. When they get to the red zone, they come away with 7 today. Second and goal. Here we go. Under center once again for Green Bay. Here we go. This time Jacobs up the middle. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the game. 2 touchdown rushes for Josh Jacobs. And once again, Green Bay retakes the lead. At this point, the Chiefs are winning 10 rings easy. Hey, man, I remember growing up and saying the same thing about the Patriots. It didn't happen, but they came very close. They got 6. So, who knows? We'll see what happens with Kansas City. Until you beat them, we're all under the assumption they're gonna get the Super Bowl. The kick is up, and it is good. 28-24. 14-20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Man, I need more water. I need a lot more water. Because we've been talking a lot. And I'm already tired coming from work. He has 3 touchdowns? Did he catch one? Wait. He rushed for 3 touchdowns? Oh, wait, he had the first offensive touchdown, right? Like, the first touchdown of the game was on him. He rushed that one, right? The first... Yeah, that would be him. He rushed the first touchdown. I think he also had the one that got them the lead. Yeah, you're right. Josh Jacobs has 3 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. He's having himself a night. 3 rushing touchdowns for Josh Jacobs. They're utilizing him at the goal line, and it's working out to wonders. Let me take a look at his numbers, man. He might be over 100 yards at this point. Actually, no. 15 carries, 64 yards, but 3 rushing touchdowns will do it for you. 3rd player in team history with 8 rushing touchdowns over 4 games. Jim Taylor and Aaron Jones are the only 2 other Packers to do that. So here we go. Detroit got aggressive. Went for it on 4th down at their own 30. It cost them 7 points. And now you're down by 4 once again. So now Jared Goff in the offense got to come out here, put points on the board, regain the lead. Jared Goff, 22 of 31, 178 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. What does he have in the 4th quarter here? Down by 4, 1st and 10. Goff under center here. He's going to fake the handoff to Montgomery. He's taking a shot down the field. It is caught. 1st down, Detroit. He gets it to Patrick. And they move to near midfield. Oh, this is going to be a back and forth affair, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a back and forth affair. Is Josh Jacobs a top 5 running back amongst the new teams? Yeah. I mean, you got basically the big 4. Saquon, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, and Joe Mixon. That's the big 4. All 4 of them are having great years. So that's the big 4. So yeah, he's absolutely top 5 amongst the running backs with new teams. We've got an injured Packer on the floor right now, or on the field right now. So they're going to go take a look at him, and they'll probably get a break here. Lions just lost the game when they went for it on 4th down in their own yardage. I don't know. I don't know about that. Who would be number 5? Well, I don't even know. I mean, in terms of the new teams, I don't know who else would be that. But if we're talking about who would be number 5 just in totality, Chuba Hubbard, he'd probably be number 5. In fact, let me take a look at the numbers from rushing yards in terms of where people rank. Because we know Saquon's 1 and Derrick Henry's 2. Let's see. Here we go. Or better yet, I could say Gibbs. Gibbs could be it. Let's see. Saquon. Wow. Gotta give credit to Kyren Williams. He has the edge over Chuba Hubbard. Saquon 1, Derrick Henry 2, Josh Jacobs 3, Jahmyr Gibbs 4, Kyren Williams 5, Chuba Hubbard 6. So that's your lineup. You're going to probably have Kyren Williams over Chuba Hubbard, but just barely. Honestly, the difference between Josh Jacobs, well, actually he's playing right now, but the difference between Josh Jacobs and Chuba Hubbard is just like 70 yards. But obviously Gibbs and Jacobs are playing today, so it's going to improve. In fact, I believe Josh Jacobs has gotten over 1,000, and Jahmyr Gibbs has also gotten over 1,000. Just to take a look at, there it is. If we take a look at it right now, Josh Jacobs has 64 rushing yards, so he's over 1,000, and Gibbs has 40 rushing yards, so he's also over 1,000. So both running backs have eclipsed 1,000 rushing yards on the season. So yeah, now we're gonna have we have 2 guys that might get 2,000 yards rushing in Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. We'll see how that goes. And then Josh Jacobs is over 1,000. Jahmyr Gibbs over 1,000. They may get close to 1,400 yards. Kyren Williams will be over 1,000. Chuba Hubbard will be over 1,000. Maybe Alvin Kamara. I'm thinking we may have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe 9. We might have 10 potentially. We're gonna have a lot of running backs over 1,000 yards this year. We're gonna have a bunch of running backs over 1,000 yards. At least like 8. are going to get over 1,000 yards, and 2 of them might get 2,000 yards. Another 2 might get 1,500 yards. We'll have to see. Anyway, first down and 10 here for the Detroit Lions. They're at their own 48-yard line. Goff takes it under center. Play fake here. Goff fires across the middle. It is caught by Montgomery. Montgomery going to be spun down, but not after picking up 7 yards. Second down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. Play action passing under center. Goff has 1,359 passing yards, the most in the NFL. The play action passing under center has been highly effective for Jared Goff. He's leading the league in passing yards when he operates under play action, when he operates the play action passing game under center. Second down here, they're going to hand the ball off to Montgomery, and the Packers defense is going to make a stop, but he picks up about 2 yards. Third down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. 13 minutes left to go in the game. 13 minutes left to go in the game. Obviously, Detroit's marching. They're inside Packers territory. 3rd and 2. And obviously, this is 4-down territory for the Lions. We don't even need to pretend. Unless Goff gets sacked, they're not punting the football. 3rd and 2. Goff takes a snap. Pressure's coming. Fires across the middle. It is caught first down. Inside the 35-yard line. St. Brown is going to move the chains and keep the drive alive. First down, Lions. Highly competitive game. Highly competitive game. I just realized we have not seen a lot of St. Brown today. It's been Williams, it's been Laporta, it's been Patrick, but not much of St. Brown today. First down and 10. Goff hands it off. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs picks up about 3. Second down. I still don't know why the Bengals released Mixon. He was very good in Cincy. Now he's having a career best in Houston because they couldn't afford to pay him. They have to pay Jamar Chase. They can't keep all those offensive weapons together. They apparently couldn't afford to pay him. They got to pay Jamar Chase. And they can't even afford to pay T. Higgins, so he's going to be gone after the season. They can't afford to pay the guys they have. They're in trouble. They're absolutely in trouble. Second down and 8. Goff takes a snap. Looking towards his left. He's going to fire across the middle. It's going to be caught by Laporta. First down, Lions. Another first down picked up. Once again, moving the chains. Now we've got 11 minutes left to go in the game. Lions moving the ball down the field. We've got a back and forth affair. Prepare for a classic fourth quarter here. Laporta got held on that and still made the catch. What a beast. First down and 10. They're going to hand it, or they're going to run like a sweep here with St. Brown. And St. Brown picks up a first down. They continue to move the chains. Another first down picked up, and now it's first and goal. First down and goal for the Detroit Lions. Burrow would easily be MVP if it wasn't for his defense. Yeah, and Chase offense play of the year. Yeah, it's like the mid-2010 Saints. Drew Brees would have won an MVP if his defense didn't sold. Man he put up crazy numbers. He threw for over 5,000 yards, and the team was like 8-8 that year. It happens. Both teams have been perfect in the red zone. Every red zone trip has led to a touchdown. Will the trend continue here? Montgomery trying to make it happen, but he's going to be dropped at the 4-yard line. Second down and goal coming up here for the Detroit Lions. The Lions have already shown they are not afraid to go for it on 4th down. They see the goal line as 4-down territory and are not afraid to go for it. The Green Bay Packers have tried to make 2 4th and goal stops. They have failed to do so. If they get put in that situation once again, will they be able to make the stop this time? Wow, St. Brown just knocked the helmet off of a Packers defender. He just knocked the helmet off of that defender. That's crazy. Second down and goal here. They're going to toss it to Montgomery. And Montgomery's going to be stopped around the 2-yard line. Third down and goal. Dan Marino. I'm sorry. I still don't know why the Bengals have. Oh, yeah, sorry. Are you talking about Burrow would easily be MVP or Dan Marino never had a great defense when he was with the Dolphins, similar to Joe Burrow? Yeah, I mean, I made the comparisons. After they lost the Super Bowl, I said Joe Burrow could end up having a Dan Marino career. Get to the Super Bowl early on in your career and never go back because the team collapses and you never have the proper tools to win, especially defensively. So, yeah, that Dan Marino aspect is looking similar. Third down and goal here for the Detroit Lions at the 2-yard line. Here we go. Goff hands it off again. Oh, play fake. Play fake. He fires it. Caught. Touchdown. Patrick. The Lions regain the lead. That is Goff's third touchdown pass of the game. The Lions retake the lead. They're up 30-28. Extra point coming up here. 10 plays, 70 yards. 5:41 taken off the clock. Lions up 30-28. Extra point coming up. This looks exactly like the Ravens-Bengals game we saw on Thursday Night Football a few weeks back. Like, no defense is being played right now. Where's the defense? Where is the defense? How does Patrick get that wide open? Where's the defense? Where's the defense? This could go to the 40s. 8:39 left to go. Extra point kick is up, and it is good. 31-28, 8:39 left to go. This could go into the 40s. Sorry, but this offense is better than the Ravens' offense to see. Yeah, it is. I don't think anyone's denied that. They have the number one. Yeah, the Lions have the number one offense in the league. What? Of course they're better than the Ravens' offense. The Lions have had the number one offense in the league for a long time now. Baltimore's always been at 2. The Lions have, for a majority of the season, the Lions have been ranked as the number one offense. So you don't have to say, I'm sorry, but this offense is better than the... They've been the best offense in football all season. So I don't think you need to apologize for that. They've always been number one. For a majority of the season, they've been the number one offense. So there's nothing to apologize for. Of course their offense is better than Baltimore. They're the number one offense in the league this year. There's nothing to apologize for. Their offense has been better than Baltimore's. Oh, man. There is way too much time on this clock. This game can go either way. There is way too much time on this clock. There is way too much time on this clock. 8:39 left to go. Packers getting the ball back down by 3 once again. Not gonna lie, Thursday Night Football's been good this season. We've actually had quite a bit of good Thursday Night Football games compared to previous years. In all honesty, I think the answer to making Thursday Night Football good, just have divisional matchups. If you have divisional matchups on Thursday Night Football, you're probably going to get a good game. Bengals-Ravens was a divisional matchup. This was a divisional matchup. Wasn't the game between the Falcons and the Falcons and the Bucks? Didn't that happen on Thursday Night Football? When Kirk Cousins threw for 500 yards, wasn't that Thursday Night Football? Or was that like Monday Night Football? I just feel like on Thursday Night Football, you should put divisional matchups there, and you'll get a lot better outcomes in terms of how the games are going to go. They'll be a lot more competitive if it's a divisional game compared to a non-divisional game. So, we've got a battle here. Lions up 31-28. Packers with the ball again. 8:39 left to go. It feels like the offense that has the ball last will win this game. Can the Lions defense step up and make a stop and get the ball back to Goff? Or will Green Bay march down the field once again? Packers need this win, yeah, if they want to win the division. Steelers versus Browns, yeah, that snow game was amazing. Thursday Night Football's been great this year. First down here. Josh Jacobs spins off of a flag. Never mind. Flag. There's nothing to celebrate for. Flag. There's nothing to celebrate for, bro. It's going to be on the offense. False start in the offense. Jordan Love's been having a sophomore slump, too. I know this isn't his sophomore season. Well, I mean, it's his second year as a starter, quote-unquote slump. It's actually been about the same with Jordan Love. I think people are just starting to realize that this is just how Jordan Love plays. They're more of a... He plays more of a Brett Favre type of style at times. Sometimes he plays like Aaron Rodgers. Other times he plays like Brett Favre. And it's just weird. Not to mention, he was really hurt to start the year. He was hurt and then had to come back from the injury and then get back to form. And he's gotten back to form. 1st and 15 here. Here we go. They're going to hand it to Jacobs. And Jacobs gets dropped after picking up a yard. 2nd down coming up here for the Green Bay Packers. 8.5 left to go in this game. Running the football in some of these circumstances ain't going to work out the way you want it to, but obviously you can. Whoa! I forgot. I said 1st down and 10. I meant 1st and 15 because of the false start. 1st and 15 because of the false start. 2nd and 14 now. My apologies. 8:10 left to go. Obviously, the Green Bay Packers know their defense ain't making a stop. You got to go out there and put points on the board. So he's going to take it under center once again. This is going to be play action here. They're not going to run 2 straight runs. Play action. There it is. He dodges the defender, throws down the field. It's caught. Watson makes a play. What a catch. What a throw and what a catch. What a throw by Jordan Love. Initiates play action. He's got a defender. The linebacker's coming right at him. The linebacker gets past Jacobs with a block, and Love sidesteps him and then fires a perfect throw to Watson, who makes an incredible catch. How do you get that playoff? That is the Aaron Rodgers type of throw we're talking about here. That was a perfect throw. He just sidestepped the linebacker and then threw a perfect pass to Watson, who caught it with his fingertips. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Now they're in Lions territory. Jacobs tries to get out of a tackle, but he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up here for the Packers. Wow. Wow, what a play by Jordan Love. Jordan Love today, 10 of 17, 168 yards and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries, 65 yards, 3 touchdowns. Watson, 4 catches, 114 yards. So it's been a busy day for Green Bay. 2nd down and 10. Not a lot of yards passing because 2 of their scoring drives resulted in a turnover on downs and a pick at Lions territory. So they've been on short fields today. Not a lot of long drives for the Packers. Love, looking, firing across the middle. It is caught. Oh, he breaks the tackle. Wicks inside the 20. He's going to be dropped around the 17-yard line. 1st down, Packers. Neither defense making a stop. 6:15 left to go. Green Bay once again sees an opportunity to regain the lead. Whoever can make a stop defensively will win this football game. Whoever can make a stop defensively, they're going to win this football game. C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love having similar seasons, not going to lie. Pretty much. Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre in one body, I guess. Branch is down right now. Branch is down right now for the Detroit Lions. Injuries on their defense is going to cost them come playoff time. This is why I don't feel fully comfortable in saying the Detroit Lions can win the Super Bowl. Because of these injuries, I'm so heavily concerned. I'm heavily concerned. By the way, Philadelphia is watching this game with open eyes because they know they can get the number 1 seed. I think if Detroit loses this game, Philly might take 1st place. If Detroit loses this game, Philly might actually take 1st place in the NFC. Eagles want home field advantage. They want that home field advantage. Meanwhile, Green Bay is looking to try to take this division away from Detroit. And not to mention the Vikings. The Vikings are 10-2. They're trying to steal the division from the Detroit Lions. So we have to see. Vikings already beat the Packers. They already beat the Packers. This is where things get very interesting. Detroit next week, they have Buffalo. Buffalo, Chicago, San Francisco, and Minnesota to finish the season. But that matchup in Week 15 against the Buffalo Bills, That right there is going to be the biggest test. That's the biggest test for Buffalo, and that's the biggest test for Detroit. Each one of those games, oh, actually, no. The biggest test for Buffalo was Kansas City, and they passed that. But no one trusts Buffalo because they've beaten the Chiefs multiple times in the regular season. But then playoff time, they lose for some random reason. Empty backfield here. Love looking towards his left. Nothing there. He's going to move to his right. Fire across the middle. It is caught. Another first down. First and goal. But wow, Wicks took a hit. He's down right now. And now it looks like he's okay. He's okay. Wicks took a hit. He took a shot falling down. But it seems like he's okay. Lions need to fire the health staff. I mean, these are in-game injuries. You can't say fire the health staff from in-game injuries. It's not like they're suffering these injuries in practice. These things happen. They weren't this injury last year. These injuries happen. I think we just keep forgetting they're playing a dangerous game. Football injuries are going to happen. What do you want them to do about it? If it was happening in practice, sure. But these are in-game injuries. What can you do about that? These are in-game injuries. This is a dangerous sport. Injuries are going to happen. First and goal. 4 red zone drives, 4 touchdowns. Both offenses have been perfect in the red zone, scoring a touchdown every time they get there. Can Jordan Love keep this going? Can the trend continue to happen? First and goal. Love under center in the backfield. Josh Jacobs. Here we go. He's going to hand it to Jacobs. Can Jacobs get 4? He's going to be stuffed. He picks up a yard, maybe 2. Second and goal here. 5:10 left to go in this football game. Wow. This is absolute mayhem in Detroit. The defense that can make a stop will ultimately determine the results in this game. We are under 5 minutes left to go. Detroit has all 3 timeouts. Green Bay has 2 timeouts just in case they need to have to go on the field and put up points to potentially win the game or tie it to send it to OT. Second and goal. Here we go. Love in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, looking towards his left. Nothing's there. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to fire. Caught! Touchdown! Josh Jacobs has 4 touchdowns, but a flag is on the play. A flag is on the play, and it looks like it's going to be against the Green Bay Packers. What is the penalty? What is the penalty? They're going to call pass interference on the offense? They're going to call pass interference on the Green Bay Packers. They called pass interference on Watson. They called pass interference on Watson. Let me take a look at this. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to continue to run your route normally. He actively got in the way of the defender. You cannot knock the defender down. That will always be called pass interference. You cannot knock your defender down. If you know the play is going this direction, you cannot knock the defender coming across to try to make the stop. That will be called pass interference. That's a 10-yard penalty. That is a 10-yard penalty. So second and goal. Second and goal now from the 16-yard line. Wow, to go from the 6 to the 16-yard line is crazy. Here we go, Love. Deep drop back. He's looking. He's looking. He's going to fire. Incomplete. Nothing there. Third and goal. Can the defense make a stop and force a field goal with 4:25 left? This becomes an entirely different game. That pass interference call just changed everything in this game. Detroit needs a field goal to win. They'll need a touchdown to win. And with 4:25 left, if Green Bay can't score a touchdown here, or the defense can't make a stop, that could be game. Detroit could escape with this victory, man. The keys are here. He's going to need time. Love can get this in the end zone. He's just going to need time. I don't know if Detroit's going to do it. They look like they're going to send 5. Here we go. It's a 4-man rush. Love steps up. Love tries to break out of a tackle. He's dropped. He's dropped. The Lions defense stands tall and forces the field goal attempt with 4 minutes left to go in the game. That's going to leave plenty of time for Jared Goff to drive the lead, a game-winning field goal drive. Wow. The pass interference just changed the entire scope of the game. A path to Detroit winning this game is there. And it was so close. It was so close to being a face mask. It was so close to being a face collar tackle. And he did He didn't see. He had a receiver open in the back of the end zone. He didn't see him. You think the Raiders are a mini Steelers? No. Kick is up and it is good, and we are tied up at 31 apiece. 3:38 left to go. The Detroit Lions have an opportunity to go win this with a game-winning touchdown or field goal. It's up to Goff. You make a mistake here, it can cost you. Now you got to see if that Green Bay defense is going to step up. You're going to need it. 31 all. Who is going to make a stop? Who is going to make a play? We're about to find out soon with 3:11 left to go. Oh, sorry, 3:38 left to go. This is about to be interesting. They've played awful versus trash teams and played well versus the good teams. That's probably. I mean, we kind of do the same thing too. So could you say they could be a mini Raiders? The Raiders are a mini. They could be a mini Ravens, because the Ravens at times play awful against bad teams and then play well against the good teams. Did we not lose to the Raiders this year by playing bad? Did we not lose to Cleveland this year by playing bad? That's just an AFC North tradition. You play down to your competition, but you play up to your competition. It's been happening for years now. It's been happening for years in the AFC North. This is nothing new. So saying there are many Steelers, you can make the argument there are many Ravens. So no, that's just an AFC North trend. I would not agree with that. That's just an AFC North trend. Hell, Cincinnati, once they got talented, they started doing the same thing. They'll play down to competition and play up to competition. It's just an AFC North tradition. So, that's just what we do in this division. So frustrating, but that's what we do in this division. Would not be surprised if the Ravens struggle against the Giants coming off of the bye week. Nobody would be shocked at that. Hey, Barry Sanders is here. We gotta love Barry, man. It's unfortunately he never got to do anything in the playoffs. God, this organization sucked for so long. So, if you're Jordan Love, you just have to hope your defense gives you a chance. Does Jared Goff make a mistake and give you an opportunity to go win the game? Or do they kill the time? Goff, 27-36, 228 yards, 3 touchdowns and interception. Montgomery, 11 carries, 41 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it's been that type of game. Goff's having a good game. Other than the pick, he's been great today. If he pick up a couple first downs, get into field goal range, and then ice this game. 3:38 left to go. Play action here. Goff fires downfield, finds a man open, and Williams takes it up to midfield. The Packers defense has been Swiss cheese all game. They can't stop a nosebleed, and it shows. Am I going to make a video about Justin Tucker? I'm going to make a video about the Ravens, but I don't know if I'm going to make a video about Justin Tucker. I don't have any plans to make a video about Justin Tucker. I'm not about to sit here and spend 10 minutes talking about Justin Tucker. Another play action play. Another first down. And they're in Packers territory at this point. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying this the smartest ideas, but you can't let them run the clock down without at least giving Jordan Love a chance. I'd rather just, if my defense isn't going to make a stop, I'd rather just give them the chance to score. I need my quarterback to get the ball. You saw Lamar after the loss. We are blowing out the Giants after his mom cussed him out. He was mad when he said he's ready, and it's on from here on out. That's cool, but we've still seen this team say a lot of things, and then they don't go practice what they preach. So, I mean, that's cool. I mean, if he blows them out, that's cool. But this team has had a struggle, have had issues practicing what they preach, and we'd like to see them go do that. Oh, they're going to let this clock run down. All they need to do is pick up a few first downs to get into field goal range to win this game. And Detroit knows it. That's why they started running the ball. Jordan Love's not getting back on the field if they execute this right. Jordan Love is not getting back on the field if they execute this right. This is where things can get grimy. You need the Packers defense to step up right now. If the Lions pick up a first down, they're running this clock down. They're kicking a game-winning field goal. Lamar's going to come to play, but is the team going to come with him? I don't know. 2nd and 9. This is going to be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Goff, can he get the first down here? Goff checks it down. Gibbs gets taken out of bounds a minute before the 2-minute warning. 2:01 left to go, and Gibbs gets taken out of bounds. So that means they have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning. And if they don't pick up this first down, now it's an interesting situation here. What happens? Matt LaFleur is pissed off. I don't know what happened and what he's yelling at, but he's angry at something. I heard in the Eagles game was the most pressure the quarterback has had this season, and you're surprised by that? The Ravens have had there's always a year where that's happened to the Ravens specifically because they just send endless pressure at Lamar, and the offensive line's been ticky-tacky. 3rd down here, they're going to send a screen. Oh, my God, Gibbs. He's going to be picking up the first down. How do you push him forward? Grab him and pull him back. What are you doing, Green Bay? Grab him and pull him back. Why the hell did you... He's running towards the first down. If you don't grab him and pull him back, why are you going to try to tackle him forward? Oh, my God. Yeah, Nicholas, they should be destroying the Detroit Lions because that makes sense. Oh, my God. Then again, you always say things like that. Oh, boy. What type of... It's 3rd down on a screen, and you going to tackle him forward? All right. I thought the Chiefs was the game where Lamar was pressured the most this season. Honestly, the Chiefs sent pressure, but not as much pressure as the Eagles did. It's just no one could stop Chris Jones. Falele was getting wrecked. There was a moment where we saw Roger Rosengarten come in, and he got wrecked. I mean, that interior offensive line was getting smoked that day. Chris Jones was just a nightmare. So there was a lot of pressures, but honestly, the Eagles, they wrecked their offensive line, and Lamar was never comfortable. He was never comfortable. So now, if you're the Packers, you need to make a stop. You got 2 timeouts. You got to hope they kick a field goal. How do you tackle him forward? That's my question. How do you tackle him forward? Hey, Keke Palmer. How do you tackle him forward? It's 3rd and 7. You tackle him forward. Ravens have to be the most stubborn organization in sports. Probably stubborn organization in football. There's definitely stubborn organizations in baseball. There's highly stubborn organizations in basketball. I don't know if the Ravens would be seen as the most stubborn organization in sports. Every time Lamar drops back and someone's in his face, that's why he had 120 yards rushing. As soon as he saw them coming, he took off. Well, that contributes to him not getting that much pressures because he was willing to take off, whereas in the Eagles game, he wasn't. He just took the pressures and eventually got hit and then ended up getting sacked and just got dropped or just threw the ball away. He didn't take off. How many games do you think we win in? I think we go on 3-1. 2-2 or 3-1. It don't matter to me. They'll make the playoffs. That's all I can guarantee. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't know what the record's going to be. I'd love to say they beat Pittsburgh, but who knows at this point. O-line's been trash since the 2019 divisional. It's been up and down since then. Last year's O-line wasn't as bad as people try to make it out to be. If we would have had 2024 Ronnie Stanley in 2023, that would have been a different conversation, man. If we would have had this all-pro Stanley we have last year, different conversation with that O-line. Because you still had Linderbaum, you still had Zeitler. Ah, boy, it's man. The offensive line wasn't perfect, but, it was better than what we have now in some cases. In other cases, not really. Ronnie Stanley's been awful since the Browns game. Not necessarily. Ronnie Stanley has not really been bad for much of this, so I'm not exactly sure about that one. Montgomery, if he picks up a first down, this game is over. If Montgomery picks up a first down, this game is over. There's a flag on the play. If this is a first down, what do you do if you're Green Bay? If this is a first down, what do you do if you're Green Bay? If this is on the Packers, what do you do? If this is on the Packers, what do you do, man? Oh, this is a big call. This is a huge call. This is a huge call. Holding on the defense changes everything. Holding on the defense changes anything. Think we're going to be a 6 seed? Yeah, that means we'll just head to Pittsburgh for the wild card round, which should be fun, I guess. Ever since Yonder retired, our O-line has never been top 5 ever since. Well, yeah, ever since a Hall of Fame guard retires, you're not top 5. Makes sense. Sad part is, you had a Hall of Fame guard, and then you had a left tackle that had an All-Pro year. Like, you had a lot in 2019, man. That's a clear hold, and now that's going to make it 1st and 20. And that now puts the Packers in the position where they can make a stop. They can make a stop, force the field goal, get the ball back, and give Love a chance. If the defense, it's 1st and 20. You have 2 timeouts left. If the defense can't make a stop here, pack up, Green Bay. If you can't make a stop here, pack up. I don't care what pass plays they're trying to run. If you can't make a stop here, pack up, Green Bay. I'm dead serious. Montgomery in the backfield. Goff's going to hand it to him. You got to make a stop 3 times. 2 timeouts here. First stop, timeout. First stop, timeout. 142 left to go. First stop, timeout. 142 left to go. It's going to be 2nd down here for the Lions. Think the Ravens should draft Ashton Jeanty? Probably. If you have an opportunity to get him, go get him. I don't think he's going to go. I doubt he's going to fall to the Ravens. I doubt he's going to fall to the Ravens. But if the opportunity's there, might as well. Derrick Henry's not going to be here forever. Yeah, I know about the person that made $43 million in a year, at least according to what she said. According to what she said, I don't think they should, but I know the Ravens. They're going to pick talent. I mean, I think you probably look to fix this O-line. You look to fix the secondary issues. But knowing the Ravens, they like to go with the best available player. And if Jeanty's available, they're going to do so. I wouldn't be totally against it, but, I mean, I would like the offensive line to be fixed. I would like our secondary to be retooled. I'd like the pass rush to be better than what it is. But I know how the Ravens operate. They will pick talent over need. 2nd and 17. Oh, he's going to throw. Goff. Oh, my God. And then you just threw him forward for a first down. You threw him forward for a first down. Green Bay is a sorry. You know what? You can never trust Green Bay's defense. I don't care what world you live in. You can never trust Green Bay's defense. You can never trust Green Bay's defense. In what world can you ever trust Green Bay's defense to ever make a stop? In what world can you ever trust Green Bay's defense to make a stop? And he's crying about a push-off. Where's the push-off? Let me see. Let me see. That's a minor push-off. They're not giving you that for a minor push-off. They're not going to give you that. They're not giving you that for a minor push-off. They're not going to give you that. So, yeah, Detroit's going to win this game. They're going to run the clock down, kick the field goal, and win this. Detroit's going to go to 12-1. Philadelphia's pissed off right now. Philadelphia's pissed off because the Packers' defense still stinks. It's what cost them against the Vikings, too. Oof. It's 3rd and inches. Literal inches. Literal inches. Yeah, this game's over. They're going to say 3rd and inches. Man, the Packers defense, whenever you ask them to make a stop, they say we can't do it. And that's why Green Bay's not winning a championship anytime soon. That defense can't make stops. The second Jordan Love didn't get a touchdown, we all knew how this game was going to go. The second he didn't get a touchdown, we knew the Lions would run the clock and win the game. At what point do you get tired of this defense just failing to deliver? They did the same thing against the Vikings when you made the comeback. The defense can't deliver in big moments. It's been a staple in Green Bay for a long time. Last time the defense was able to deliver in moments, they won the Super Bowl in 2010. Man, I'm running a quarterback sneak here. I'm not wasting time. I'm running a quarterback sneak. They're not going to run a quarterback sneak, and he's going to be stopped. Why didn't you run a quarterback sneak with Goff? So now it's 4th down, you kick the field goal. It's 4th down, you kick the field goal. Dan, please, kick the field goal. This isn't the time to be too... Bro, run the clock down and just kick the field goal, dog. For once, please trust in your team. Trust in your kicker, bro. Trust in your kicker. Do not go... I know it's tempting. It's 4th and inches. I know it's tempting. Please trust in your kicker. Dan. You're letting the clock run down. Please send the kicker out there. Trust in your kicker. Trust in your kicker. This is where I need a head coach to trust in his players. I know the aggressive person that you are, you want to go for this. Buddy, please just trust in your kicker. Please just trust in your kicker. I'm so scared that they're going to go for this. They're going to throw a toss and they're going to lose. They're just going to be stopped right there. Buddy, please. Please trust in your kicker. Trust in your kicker, man. You're looking where you are at. Trust in your kicker. Look at where you are at. Trust in your kicker. Oh, my God. They still got the offense up. Oh, is the kicker coming out? Oh, the kicker's out there. Oh, my God. Dan Campbell's going to trust in his kicker. And unfortunately, it's going to give time for Green Bay to try to go do something. But I'm fine with that. No timeouts in 43 seconds. Jake Bates, 3-3 on lead-changing field goal attempts in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter/overtime. Thank you for sharing that. Never mind. Dan Campbell cannot... His habits die young. It will be the reason they either win or lose a Super Bowl. He's going to go for it. I don't fully agree with this. I don't fully agree with going for it on 4th down, but I understand the physicality of wanting to do so. I just hope this doesn't backfire and Green Bay wins the game because of this. He tripped, but he got it. Oh, my God. Goff tripped, but he got the handoff. The aggressiveness is going to win you the game. And it's going to cause... But I don't know, man. I don't know. If he misses this kick, though, that's a different conversation. Why did the clock stop? Why did the clock stop? Goff tripped. Goff tripped. And I was so scared because of the trip he wasn't going to be able to get the ball to Montgomery. But he just barely managed to keep his balance enough to hand the ball off properly. When he tripped, I thought this play was done. I thought it was over, and I said, oh, my God, the Packers are going to take over on downs. But thankfully, he got the ball there. I don't agree with the decision to go for it. Goff barely got that ball to Montgomery. He tripped. This could have been a really bad situation for the Lions. But, hey, Dan Campbell can't help being who he is. Dan Campbell cannot help being who he is. And it could end up winning the Lions a Super Bowl or costing them in January like it did last year. And we'll just have to wait and see. And LaFleur, he knows the game is over. This is a chip shot field goal. They're going to run this clock down to 3 seconds, kick the game-winning field goal, and head to 12-1. Philadelphia is seething. Why is the clock stopped? Why is this clock stopped? Why has the clock stopped? 28, why are they putting time back on the clock? Why did the clock stop? I guess they're going to still let it run down. I guess they wanted to get things set. Either way, this is a chip shot field goal. If this kicker misses this, man. If this kicker misses this. And he has to get it blocked. He has to get blocked. He can't just miss a chip shot field goal like that. So Goff's just going to set it up for the field goal. He's going to set it up for the field goal. They're going to run this down to 2 seconds, or 3 or 2 seconds, and they're going to kick the game-winning field goal. Lions should be heading to 12-1 unless he just chokes this. Lions should be heading to 12-1 unless he chokes this. Green Bay's quest for the NFC North ends here. With this loss to the Lions, they're not going to be able to get it. The Vikings are also pissed off because they are very close to Detroit, but Detroit refuses to lose these games. They needed Green Bay to win this one. That would help them get in that spot in first place. Unfortunately, or close to it. But unfortunately, for the Vikings and for the Packers, the Lions refuse to lose. Dan Campbell's decision making is going to either it's going to get them a Super Bowl title in Detroit, or it's going to cost them in the biggest moments of the postseason. We'll just have to tune in and see how things go. Here we go. Game-winning 35-yard field goal here for the Lions. Packers hoping for a block, some sort of miracle. Lions looking to go to 12-1 for the first time in franchise history. Here we go. For the win! He got it! Lions are 12-1. The Lions win the game 34-31. Detroit goes to 12-1 for the first time in franchise history. They're one step closer to getting the number 1 seed in the NFC. Green Bay, tough fight, but welcome to the wild card, my friend. Your quest for the NFC North ends here. 11 straight wins, the longest streak in Lions history. With this win, they officially clinch a playoff berth. They have now clinched a playoff spot. The Lions kicked their way into the postseason. They still haven't won the division yet, nor have they claimed the 1 seed. We will see in the coming weeks. But the Detroit Lions are officially in the NFL playoffs. They have officially made the postseason. They will be competing for a Lombardi Trophy come January. And at 12-1, they have a chance to win the NFC North and get the 1 seed. We'll see what happens. Green Bay, your quest for the NFC North ends tonight. You just got to deal with it. Baltimore versus Detroit Super Bowl will be dope. Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, guys, I am going to see you later. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I had to give you this Thursday night football game because we ain't got nothing for the Ravens or the Commanders on Sunday, so I had to give you something. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I am going to head on out of here because I'm tired and I got to work tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in. That Watson fumble came back to bite them so bad. Well, no, I would say the pass interference call really came to bite them. I would say the pass interference really came to bite them. Because that offensive pass interference doesn't happen. They probably score a touchdown. And now you put the pressure on Detroit to go score 6. And even if Detroit scores, Green Bay would have got the ball back. Also, what bites you in the butt is giving up a near first down on 3rd and 17. No, it's on 2nd and 17. Those two things, just the defense crumbling again, caused the loss. But it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to head on out of here. You guys be sure to stay safe and peace out. I'll see you later.